This your boy, Big Head the Dome Doctor, live from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I'm locked in right now with AHumbleSoul. We just knocked it out, so y'all lock in. Stay tuned for more to come. It's your boy, Big Head the Dome Doctor, AHumbleSoul. Bet. Boy, man, Big Head the Dome Doctor, man, you heard me? I'm the Papy, available on all music platforms. Just like in the movie Life, I'm the Papy, same way, you heard me? Wow. Switch Music, available on all platforms. And like I say, from there, I'm just AHumbleSoul, honored to be on AHumbleSoul.
No, for sure, for sure.
I'm gonna keep it humble, you feel me?
Oh man, yeah, but talk your talk though, bro. Like even saying that, naming your album that, I'm thinking that you pretty much saying you fathered a lot of people's style or you influenced a lot of people's rap style, but just break down the meaning behind that title, dog.
Well, basically, that's what I meant by I'm the Papy, because, like, when you look at it in the movie Life, how they use it, it's like that anybody could be the Papy of the child, which they was really just like running the meme, but if it would have worked for them, I don't know. But I didn't really know the meaning of that, but I knew that they was all lining up to be the Papy. So then when I listen at like music and certain things come out and certain people come out and certain songs come out and certain similarities come out, and it be so much to where, you know, like by me being from the streets and being like more of an underground rapper, I'm not targeting people, or I'm not saying, oh, you got this for me, you got this for me. I'm just saying great minds think alike. You feel me? So when I can't get the great mind think alike point, then I'm looking at it like, well, you know what? You did get that from me. You did steal that from me. You do stoop down in the low life, because a lot of artists run out of things to say. I never run out of things to say, or never run out of word schemes or things like that. So a lot of people will come to my page and find something to bring to the game. And I put stuff there just for them to bring to the game, thinking I'm helping contribute to the game, but it don't help me. Like I be saying, like, let some of that come back. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of people, like say for instance, Sexy Red, I'm the Papy. Ski Lee Mithaye, I'm the Papy. So hey, okay, Sexy Red, you made it up or whatever, but nobody else in St. Louis showed me that before me. Nobody. Out of the whole, they came with Skur, Yum Yum, everything they came with. Nobody came with Ski, nothing. Nobody. Out of the whole time. And I'm not saying she owed me no explanation. I'm just saying, like, bro, if that's how I'm coming, and I got people like Rod Dizzle, Easy Money YOLO, you know, like people, shout out to Young Buck, you know, people in Tennessee that really, you know, that really understand that Ski Lee, that I presented it as real nigga G call. Music, I'm rocking with these dudes from out of town, and we vibing. Like me and Easy Money YOLO, we vibing. You feel me? So once I actually get the song and it's my turn to do my thing, I'm hollering Ski Lee when it come on. So in the process of that, I'm like, okay, cool. Rod Dizzle, you from South Carolina, you know, he from Tennessee too, my bad. But from South Carolina to Tennessee and we know that Nashville, which is Cashville, and Memphis, you know, like it was Nashville at first. Young Buck made it Cashville, like as far as rapping. But 3 6 Mafia and them been doing their thing. But all of a sudden, Memphis get in the front. And Cashville take the back burner, but all the while St. Louis right there. You feel me? Missouri right there. All these music got the same producers and rappers and all this. So I'm like, it wasn't hard for my culture to slip in there because I put it out like that. Not trying to just single Sexy Red out. Shout out to Sexy Red, because the same thing happened with Drake. And it's Drake. I put a song out with my little round Southside slide to help him out, help his career. And we using Southside because we know Boo from Southside. So anything we can do to help make this song better, we added to the song. So I come up with a little dance and all that. And then once we try to throw it out there to make a big impact on the game and Southside hoping Boosie hit a record and say he won't get on and all this, there go Drake with the Tootsie slide. I'm like, bro. From there, I wanted to meet Tootsie then. I was like, well, I wonder who was Tootsie. Because Tootsie rhymed with Boosie. So Boosie from the South Side. So it ain't hard to say, well, look at Boosie little homeboys trying to come up with a hit. Okay, well, I'll just put a T on it, name it Tootsie Slide, and they gonna like it. Right foot, left foot. And I'm saying go slide to the left, slide to the right, and go right, left. And I'm a real street nigga, but I'm making these type of songs to try to make it and help people make it in the industry as far as an industry songs. But when they see, okay, Big Head making songs out of his character, we gonna steal that. That's why I'm the Papy. I got all kind of songs out of my character. All kind.
Like commercial?
All kind, bro. Like I got from the grimiest grind, I got a song on there called Fentanyl, man. You feel me? That fentanyl music, letting them know you can listen to it while you're getting high, you can listen to it while you relapse, you can listen to it while you're shaking back, you can listen to it to feel what the person who actually going through all that. You feel me?
I want to cut you off, and I want to get back to your statements about Sexy Red and Drake, but you just made a comment about fentanyl. Have you personally been impacted by that?
Nah,
that's a major issue.
I've been impacted by young people that I knew dying. Like the old people, whatever they was doing, they lasted forever. But the young people, the ones that wasn't even my age, people that's my children age, when that's dying, that was personal enough for me because that's something they couldn't handle. You know, but they want it, but they can't handle it. So it's like, is life that bad? And I'm like, struggle baby number one, Mr. Bad Life himself. And I'm like, is life that bad? Well, you got to just say, I'm going to go and try something or try this type of drug to take my life? No, I don't understand that. I don't get that. Like, I never did drugs. I never been a drug addict. I got to weed and that was it. I smoked cigarettes to be cool when I was young. But cigarettes mess your chest up, leave tar all in your head. You feel like you're finna die in your sleep. So y'all need to leave them cigarettes alone. But weed, as far as I go and as far as I ever went.
Oh, for sure. Nah, man. And I know a lot of times people passing away or overdosing because they taking pills that's laced with them. They don't even know what's in there, though.
Right.
So that's another, like...
See, that's why I say, is life that bad to where you'll take a pill to gamble? You know, like you gambling with your life when you take that pill because you know that it could be laced. You know, and then that's Kodak Black made the song say, I'm a gremlin, I still ate it. That manipulated people to still eat them. You know, and now they got number of gremlins running around here. I still ate it. I'm a gremlin, I still ate it. Okay, cool. Man. All right.
Man, that's real. And I saw him address that on one of his lives, or I think it was in his Drink Champs interview where he was saying, holding himself accountable was like, damn, I'm wrong for putting it out there, but I knew putting that line in the song was gonna make it hit that much more.
Not well, shout out to Kodak Black for acknowledging his, error. Because we all make mistakes, but he acknowledged I ain't know that, So, shout out to Kodak. Kodak Black is my son too. Yeah, just cause he black. All black dudes my son, just cause they black.
Hold on,
because black dudes have it harder than bright-skinned dudes. So all black dudes, Boogie, Kodak Black. Now I don't know about Kodak Black little partner, the other little one. I don't know.
Boy.
Yeah, I don't know if he my son. I don't know. But Kodak Black, Boogie, and all the other little thug gangster rappers. All them my sons.
Dark skin.
Yeah, all of them dark skinned in my son. Either they my son or my brother.
You know what? When I thought you was saying that, I thought you was going back to that whole being the father of a style, like you kind of bit off your style or something like that. But you just
it's different reasons. Nah. It's different reasons. Some bite style, some just natural. Some from the melanin. Some from the way they rock. The things they say, how they move, how they operate, it's like DNA. Yeah. But by me being older, because they say I'm too old. I'm 45, finna be 46, and they're like, you too old because I'm too good. I'd be like, well, okay, if you better than me, I give up. If you bet me some money and beat me rapping on the same beat in the same studio at the same time, I don't give a fuck who you is. I give up, I quit. I quit rapping. If a nigga beat me rapping, I quit rapping. That's why I went to the studio this morning, even though I knew we had an interview and all this set up. I still went this morning and dropped a song called Where My Grass At. And this is Kendrick Lamar part beat and it's J. Cole part beat. So y'all be ready to expect that Where My Grass At, because it's gonna hit online eventually. And when I say, like, you know, just showing them like, oh well, you know, because all you gotta do is just stay tuned in.
Man, what you think about you being somebody who's not just a rapper but an actual like MC at your core? Like, you good with the words. The Kendrick, you know, throwing his shots, and then J. Cole came out and put his response, you know, out there. Then he saw the feedback. I don't know if that's overall what motivated him to kind of throw in the towel, but you know, he threw out his song, then came out and made the announcement at his concert, and people, you know, gave him a lot of backlash behind that, saying he really wasn't no gladiator. He wasn't tough enough to battle.
Because
what
like
you think
I
about
said,
that?
you run out of stuff to say after so long. And you have to be prepared. So what he did was he gave it he took my advice. From number one, he took my advice. When I said don't go number on one of those beats, even though he tried to do it at the end of the song, he still tried to put one of those boring, slow beats where he can go number. See, that's worse than the rap when they tried to say Atlanta wasn't rapping, whatever they called that, but now they number, and they punch in number, punch in number. You know, like that sound like you really going off. But if you stopping and pausing and dancing and sparkling and, you know, still with the word schemes and flipping this and using this, making this mean two words and all this at the same time, while you doing that with a flow, and see, a flow you can play with an instrument. If you can't play a nigga verse with an instrument, he ain't got no flow. So if you can't take an instrument and play that, everything he's saying, then he ain't got no flow. So that's how you'll know if a nigga got some flow. You can play his words with an instrument, and you can still tell that with that instrument, like a saxophone, you can still tell what those words would be by you hearing that song.
Do you think if he wouldn't have thrown in the towel, though, he had a fighting chance? Like, looking at his catalog, and he's revered, he's looked at as like one of the top lyricists when people talk about rappers who actually talking about something. J. Cole.
Well, I think that they trying to hype theyself. I think they trying to hype theyself because, like, you could give me Wayne and Poison Ivy, and we'll take them. We'll take them. Like, they big three versus me, Wayne, and Poison Ivy. I take Poison Ivy. Boosie daughter. Give me Poison Ivy and Lil Wayne, Weezy, F Baby, and we'll go take them three down with ease. Ease. And I'm not trying to be cocky I'm just being how I feel, my opinion, as far as in listening to the rap and the rhymes that's being displayed now. And if a nigga think I'm capping, all they got to do is just go listen to I'm the Papy. And I advise them to download it before they start removing songs and all that other stuff. So I advise them to download it because a lot of my music is missing. And that's because when you don't give up, some of the producers feel some type of way. And when they see somebody else done got 60,000 views because they didn't want to upload it, and somebody else, just a listener or fan, uploaded and got that many views, they get mad at the fan and then tell them to pull it down or, do some type of code encryption to where it have to come down. But I don't never do that. I come from nothing. So I'm honored for someone to upload me on something. So I don't do that. I'm just trying to figure out a way for it to start coming back to me so I could keep doing more of it.
Man, I wanted to get back on the Sexy Red. I know you said the ski lee. I think she say ski wee, don't she?
She say ski yee, and I say ski lee.
You feel like that inspired her to do that?
Right. See, this where
because I saw that in some comments before. They was like you straight, you kind of you chasing it a little bit by saying
I get it. But that's when I said, just listen at the beginning of the song. Because see, they running with the culture. You know, they not running with the actual song. They running with the culture. So now, if my song come on, and now this is Glorilla's beat. Like I say, Memphis, St. Louis. Now at this point, Glorilla winning. You know, before Ski Lee came out, Glorilla was winning. So at this point, Glorilla winning with Fuck Nigga Free.
Yeah.
So I'm outside to the Fuck Nigga Free beat. Now keep in mind, it's the Real Nigga G call, so it's coming on. Doom, 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 doom. Ski Lee, doom, 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 doom. Ski Lee, doom, 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 doom. Ski Lee, doom, 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 doom. Ski rhyme. You know, hook, B-I-G-H-E-A, and then it goes into the song. And when you listen to hers, it's the timing off. So give it a different rhythm, but that don't mean shit, because when you listen to the song In the Jungle, the Lion Jungle, that goes way back to some people in Africa who were saying a whole different thing, but they still had to pay them for using it. Yeah. But say I'm listening at how it came on. Not the song, not what she did and took and did with it. That was great. That was wonderful. Even though I done sold this phrase 50 times over with people all over the United States. So it ain't like like I say, they got proof on the internet of me and other people and other songs with me saying it on the internet. The internet ain't gonna lie. Numbers don't lie. All that's accurate. When you encrypt shit with the code, when you upload it, it don't change. So when you listen to her song, Come On, it says the same way. So it's not just the same word, it's the same scheme. Now, if she wouldn't have said it the same way when it first came on, then it wouldn't have been that. But it's the same way. It's like somebody told you, you hear that? You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? Make something from that. So they had to put a Midwest, Mid-East.
Yeah, Midwest. Yeah.
Midwest swing on it.
Yeah.
I get it. But you still didn't have nothing for it. All you had was When You See Me, what's up? That wasn't it. That wasn't it. That didn't prove. That's what made people say skr-er. That's what made people say what Nelly and them was saying. That's what made people say, oh, we've been saying that.
Yeah.
Because they say that's what skr-er meant. You know? Like skr-er.
So it's just different versions.
So it's like when you go skr-er, you can't whistle. See, I knew how to whistle. You feel me? I could do it now if you want me to. See, I knew how to whistle. So I didn't have to go skr-er to flag nobody down. So Ski Lee was Ski Lee Mathaye. Real Nigga G call. It ain't had nothing to do with flagging nobody down. It just turned into that when it got short, when we got older. We started this in elementary school when we got older. Ski Lee. Ski Lee. You know, but not no any nigga. No. Real niggas. This wasn't for no any nigga. See, that Ski Yee was for anybody. When you see me say, what's up? So it was kind of offensive at first because, like, this real nigga shit. But I'm like, okay, Sexy, you might be a real nigga. I ain't tripping. Do some real nigga shit, though.
Break you off.
Yeah. And just acknowledge where you got it from. You see, Ali ran out there saying lunatics. Oh, bro, okay, bro, all right. You know what? I respect you from what you've done with Nelly and all that, so we're going to just leave that alone. But you can't go from Nelly and Dirty to Sexy Red, my nigga. No, man. Nah, you got to rap. Fuck editing and putting videos together and all that, trying to be behind the scene. Rap about it. Make your song. Come back out. Give Sexy Red on a feature or something. Do that then. Let me see that. Let me know you that connected. You got that much pull where you at since you ran out there sideways fucking with the Dome Doctor. Knowing you can't rap better than the Dome Doctor. Talking about, oh, I don't know who that is. How you don't know me and I know you? That's what I want to know. How you don't know me and you know Boosie? How you don't know me and you know Webby? How? I don't get it. I don't get it. What? We got that much distance between us to where they like, oh, I don't know him, but I know them. Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
Did that place a battery in your back to actually go in the studio or make like a response? Did you ever think about that, going at them?
Oh, I waited a response.
Oh, I ain't gonna
Yeah, but I made it at the whole internet because they had some other shit going on I like when I was like, don't play with me. Internet, don't play with me. IG, don't play with me. Facebook, don't play with me. Charleston White, don't play with me. Ali, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Then I was up and on the camera, like just letting them know, don't play with me. But you know, it's like all verbal. You know, like this internet beef way lighter than real life beef. So, you know, I can roll with it a little further.
Hold on. So you mentioned, hold on, one more thing, bro, with Sexy Red. So you're not the type of person, if she doesn't acknowledge you or like hit you up behind the scenes to shoot you a little something, you wouldn't take like legal action.
Nah, I wouldn't take legal action if she didn't shoot me nothing.
That's
because
I'm
a real nigga. Like at the end of the day, that just makes me a bigger man. You feel me?
It's
like,
business too, though.
Yeah, it's business. It's big, but see, I'm used to bad business. See, business come in different forms and fashions. They got real business, they got fake business, they got big business, live business. So, you know, I'm used to all different kind of business, but I just respect the real business. You know, like you could be like you could be a real nigga and doing fake business because it's business. It's signed as business. So it's not fucking up your personal persona. You know, but when you run across a real nigga, that may create a problem though, because he might see you as a real nigga. Now, real nigga to real nigga, I can't go for that.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But like, say for instance, if you the boss and I'm the worker, then I got to do whatever the boss say, because that's my boss. I work for him. But real nigga to real nigga, it ain't gonna go like that.
Yeah, I feel you, man. That's something that I don't ran into not too many times, like really pursuing this full throttle, like traveling and interviewing different people. You'll have like a certain type of impression about them or perception until you connect with them. Y'all done discuss like the business part of, you know.
Right.
I mean, not trying to go.
Well,
go to
just
that person,
how Ski Lee came up, like in an interview, like at the end of this interview, I might say Ski Lee because I might feel like, you know, okay, this nigga here's a real nigga, like, and he just him. You can be a real nigga being behind the camera doing what you have to do because it's personal. Real is you believing in you and what you stand for and what you represent. You feel me? And you standing on that. So, you know, some cameramen, they don't be real, but some do.
For sure.
You know, so hey, real go anyway. It ain't got nothing to do with being gangster, being killer, having a gun. None of that.
No,
that's
sure.
dumb way real.
No, for sure. But you said, so no legal act. You said, because you used to bad business. Well,
yeah.
Like even saying that, man, you was one of the, like when I think of like Trill in the early days, it seemed like, man, they even when you was locked up, man, you know, I just heard your name before that. Like, so you one of the founding members, what you said?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I am one of the founding members.
But you no longer associated with them, and you been vocal in different interviews about how you wasn't really compensated the way you should have been.
And see, that's the only problem. That's the only problem.
So that's bad business.
That's bad business.
So
bad business with real niggas with bad business. That's that. And see, you can't do nothing but like just leave it where it's at, because you know, like those guys learned the business. They didn't create the business. They learned the business. Somebody had to teach them that way of business. If that was the most beneficial way, then that's how they learned. So they didn't say, okay, we're gonna do you like this. That's how it went.
So
see, I was trying to get money and shit like on the real nigga tip. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because I'm used to Lee Lucas and Ivory and motherfuckers that already knew, okay, that's struggle, baby, man. Like, you know, we niggas didn't judge me from how I lived or how I came, or if I was homeless or whatever. They knew I had a family to take care of from a little nigga. They knew I was trying to get it together. So, you know, I just felt like, okay, cool. This just, my life finna get better. I'm finna get what I got coming to me, you know? And hey, you know, I mean, bro, now that I'm at this point, I feel like if I would have made it back then, I wouldn't have made it to this point.
Would you think you would have crashed out?
or something. Like it had to be. It was meant for it to go like this. For it to go like this.
No regrets.
You know, like I'm like, hey. Now I'm looking at it like a lot of situations could have saved me, because I'm a good nigga, bro. Like, I mean, if I would have had money, who knows what I would have did with it? Who I would have gave it to? Like, a lot of my money went to niggas, lawyers, and getting niggas out of jail and helping niggas in the struggle and, you know, things like that, and thoughts. You know, like, you know, thoughts don't look at help because, you know, it'd be favor for a favor, but I'm a real nigga. I know how they go, you know, but it'd be more so, like I say, a lot of niggas, a lot of my money that I earned, that I got, however I got it, that's how it went. It didn't come from music. Like I haven't been compensated from music yet.
So you saying you was loyal to a fault in so many words in a lot of scenarios? No,
it was more loyal. It was like family.
But
like,
I'm saying,
like my family was shaky. So it wasn't really like I didn't never feel love or none of that. So it's like when I got to another family, it was like another family. Another chance at having a family. So Turk and Mel became my brothers. I looked at them like big brothers. Courtney was like my sister. You know, like I would vex them like a brother, like like your doing bad brother would be. That's how I was, you know, like because I had a whole community. I had a whole, you know, like I had a lot of people that, you know, wanted to see me make it, you know, or make something out myself. It wasn't even about if I gave it to them or not, because I always shared whatever I had. So, you know, that's how that went.
Oh, for sure. So, I mean, even saying that, man, like you've been open about you even being responsible for like the IMP, you know what I mean, like the independent with Webby. I don't know if you ghost wrote anything for them dudes, man, but can you kind of talk about just your time at Trill, bro, and just from the creative standpoint?
Well, it was more so like this. I felt like I brought the best out of them. And I feel like that once our chemistry was broke, the whole chemistry was broke. Like, I don't know how the situation goes, like the process, because that be for the people who provide the money and, you know, do all the backing. But anyway, it's like I always felt like that I was the one. And it was just going to take the right amount of time for to actually see that. And I understood that you had to crawl before you walk, walk before you run, run before you fly, fly till you die. I understood the process. So I'm like, okay, cool, let's do it. So, all right, it's me, Boosie, Q, and Webby. And if we want to say like people who were there, you know, like, you know, they might have had Q and you know, I don't know if they had anybody else, because, you know, but when they came, at first it was just more about Boosie, and Boosie came to me and he told me, okay, cool, I'm finna do my own thing, what up? And I'm like, you finna do your own thing, what up? You already know what's up. I'm honored to work with you, my nigga, because like when it all started, it was just me in the game room. And it was Lil A and a few more people, Glut, a few more people, but Boosie ain't had a ride yet. You know, now Loke was there, but he wasn't really playing the game room because he was really on some getting his shit off the ground type shit. So I was the king of the game room.
Vera, what is the game room?
The game room was a something in South Baton Rouge that started off a game room, and then it turned into a platform for artists to start rapping. Shout out to Brian Keith, BK. He made it to where it was rap night, and Sienna and Melvin Johnson and Ivory, they had a lot of money, so they dealt with a lot of people with gambling. So they had like a nice gambling shack. The gambling part paid for everything else. So it was like a nice organized situation. So in the process of them being busy, BK and DJ Calvin, they kicked it off as far as in concert series. So that's when the rappers from New Orleans started coming, all of them. And they might have been getting paid, might have been, since like I say, since the gambling was paying for everything, the artists that was coming might have been, getting compensated. I don't know, but I know I wasn't. But when they start saying, okay, first it was dancing, like I say, the game room. So I was doing the crazy man, boom, boom, boom. But they didn't even know I can rap, but I been knew how to rap. They broke the mic out and put that Trigger Man beat on, and it was over. And then once I rapped one time, it was like, it was battle everybody who came. And so I battled everybody and I beat everybody week in, week out, week in, week out. And like I say, Boo ain't had arrived yet. But Trill, Donkey, he was in there. Bronson, he was in there. A few more people from across the track was in there. So, why Boosie, somewhere finna become that nigga, like all this was going on. So what happened was when Donkey, I was in juvenile from jail. Like when I went to jail, I went early before everybody else because I was a little older. And Donkey came, and he was still young. We juveniles, so we basically grow up in jail. I grew up. Now I didn't do long as he did. I did like about 2 years, and but I'm still in the parish. Like he got life and got shipped and gold and all that. So. Now these a few years, so time passing. So about time I get out, and I go back to jail. So anyway, Donkey done gave his time back.
Life sentence back, yeah.
Made it back to the parish. I'm back in the parish. So now we back in the parish, chopping it up again. He telling me about what all he done been through, what all he learned, showing me how to shank fight. Him and Didi got all this other kind of stuff going on, So, it was real, he let me know, because I was a little bigger than him, a little older than him. He showed me, how a man, a convict, has a certain respect, and how people can respect you no matter, it ain't about your size. Niggas think it's about your size in jail and muscles and all that. He showed me a different side of that. So shout out to him for that. But anyway, when I got out and he got out, he was eager to introduce me to Boosie because he had know how raw I was in jail. So he was eager to introduce me with Boosie, and I was already killing the streets from hooking up with niggas. I've been hooking up with niggas since 11, 12 years old, going to the studio here or rapping here. Like I did a lot of riding around with kingpins while they just playing and I'm rapping. They just, yeah, man, that nigga think can't run that shit, little nigga. I survived off shit like that. So that kind of helped me get through, and I knew a lot of OGs like that. So, from there, Donkey, once he made that connection with me and Boosie, like Boosie had it might have been Boosie's first show, or he had a show at the Centralplex. I don't remember who it was, but it was a while back. And Boosie and Don't pulled up in a photo something with the windows up, bucking, with that raw, and that was Boosie. That was my first time. But he was there with Donkey, but he had a little name by the end though, but it wasn't big. He was probably still with CeeLo then, but there he was. And I'm like, did that nigga go? Like I heard him but never saw him. And I'm like, I met him and boom, boom, Donk made that. And then from there, when he said, let's do it, we went and did 4 or 5 songs that night. Only one of them came out. And that's that Say Big Head is going down in the SSB. Man. Say Boosie the same thing in the UPT. And that's the first time Foes Up was actually spoke on, because I said, and he was like, yeah, Big Head, it go down. I'm like, for sure, Foes Up. Because I was trying to bring out the top of the South, Uptown. And now they on the radio and commercial saying, throw your foes up, throw your foes up. I say, bro, I'm the Papy.
That you created Uptown.
I'm the Papy. Created it.
Man, I want to take a step back, man. You said Donkey taught you something while y'all was incarcerated about respect. It ain't got nothing to do with your size.
Right.
Like, can you kind of elaborate a little bit more on what he shows you?
Okay, so when we was on J Wayne, we was in individual cells, juvenile Wayne. So I popped out before him. I went online. And he was still on J Wayne. So what all else transpired, it wasn't seeing him no more, because he might have got convicted from J Wayne, or he didn't really hit too many lines before he went to Angola. But anyway, so when he came back, bam. So like I'm on F Wing, he on F Wing. Now we B Wing dudes from the get go, but we on F Wing. That's how our times done changed. So it's like they had one dude, and he was a big old nigga, like a big stupid looking nigga, like a nigga like. You know, you might fight him, but you might well stab him. Fight him for what? You know, because he didn't look like, you know, he wasn't no muscle bound nigga, but he was just a big old nigga, a big bully, you know. And he had two little dudes, and he was bullying them. And one of the dudes took a shit, and his shit was the size of a canned good, and that was suspect because. Nigga was like, nah, bro, don't no nigga supposed to be shitting like that. So nigga, it went to getting around in the cell, you know, because in F Wayne, they got two shitters in the cell. Like when the cell locked, you got to shit right there in one of them shitters in front of everybody else while they by they bunk. So this dude, the little bitty nigga, and you know, I ain't gonna say his name because, you know, I ain't trying to embarrass him or nothing because I don't know where he at this point in time. Hope he's still alive, but anyway, you know, he shitted out of canned goods size shit. And from that point, it was suspect that dude was raping dude. But dude was keeping it on the cool because he was already bullying them, and like whatever line he went to. And that'd be a form of showing once, you know, like they locked in. So, you know, so once that went to getting out, like I didn't look because I was like, nah, I don't even want to see that. I don't understand that. Like that's not understand. That can't even register in my mind. That little man, 4 feet tall, shitting out of canned good. I don't get it. You know, like it sounds unbelievable, but this life. So anyway, Donkey didn't like that. Like Donkey didn't like if it was covered up. He just didn't like how dude was handling dude. Now, normally niggas don't get in niggas' business, but like I say, he was bullying. He wasn't owning up. He was bullying. And you know, mental pressure in Lil One. So Donkey took upon himself to show me that that big nigga wasn't nothing but some hot air. You know, Donkey told a nigga he better not come to chow. Chow. Now this one in the parish had raw food. Don't say you better not come to chow. Dude didn't go to chow. So I'm like, bro, you been over here with me because they like across the hall. He ain't even in. But see how the runarounds made, it's just like you on the same line, but it's just a little space between y'all. You can still reach shit across and all that. And when they bust them open for chow, y'all can interact. But you really can't go in nobody else's cell, not supposed to anyway. You ain't gonna do all that to prove no point unless a nigga done crossed you. So, but when he told a nigga don't go to child, bro, and I seen a nigga, I ain't gonna lie, I seen a nigga not too long ago on news for murder. You know, so the nigga still ain't learned.
The big dude.
Yeah, the big dude from killing some old people at that. So, you know, he really lived up to being a big ignorant bully, you know. And he probably in Angola right now. So, you know, ain't no telling how that's going. But anyway, like he told him, don't come to child. And the nigga ain't go to child. So I felt some type of way because he been online with me all this time, regulating shit outside of what I got going on. So I'm like, okay, bet. So I'm like, damn, dog, why you ain't go to child? And he like, nah, bro, some other bullshit. So Donk like, nah, nigga, you ain't go to child because I told you, woo, 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 woo. You know, he brought it on out because he can, you know, we can hear from right there to right there. So dude like, no, bro. So, you know, it's just the conversation he had with him and how he handled him and what he told him and how he talked to him and looked him dead in his face, you know, like man to man, and told him he was wrong and he was down bad and this, you know, like Baton Rouge with that type of shit. I don't know what was going on, but he gave dude the business. And dude, after he humbled himself, turned into a real humble soul, he checked out. He got the fuck on down. And, you know, Donk ain't even had to put his hands on him. He just told him, no, I don't fight. You know. And from there, I'm like, damn.
And you learn from that
I'm in that bitch fighting, getting jugged up, all kind of shit, jugging shit, all type of shit.
You say juke, you getting stabbed?
Yeah, these stab wounds. These ain't hit wounds. These stab wounds from jailhouse knife fights. Yeah, nigga almost got me to the eye both times. That's where they aim for, your eye. But you gotta, bob and weave, man. That's why, like I say, bro, I've been through that shit. I've been through jail. I've been through the streets. I've been through the struggle. I've been through hell. So it ain't nothing the nigga could say. Niggas be hating, lying, saying this and that shit don't bother me, man. I come from nothing. I used to dumpster dive in Detroit. Niggas don't know what dumpster dive mean, man. You want me to let them know for the people who don't know? Dumpster diving is when you go in a different part of town and you check the dumpsters to see if there's anything in there that can help you in your situation out. Dumpster diving. See, in Baton Rouge, they was hitting clotheslines when I made it. So it was like hitting lines. So I was like, fuck that, I do that too. But in Detroit, it was serious dumpster diving, nigga.
Man, I mean, that's real, man, to paint a picture of what you was going through as a child. So we definitely gonna get back on Trill, man. But a lot of viewers may not know, because you represent like the south side of Baton Rouge, from what I understand.
Right, definitely.
But you're a product of the Midwest yourself. You was talking about like Sexy Red, St. Louis and all of that, but you came up in Detroit.
Yeah, I was born in Detroit. And I was in Detroit. I lived in Detroit till I was 9, and it was more so the drugs had overtook our home. And my brothers was working for the Young Boys Incorporated people that, like stuff like that. So it was like my mama had to save herself and her sons. And I was just getting into it.
So this during like the early stages of the crack epidemic?
That's when the crack epidemic hit, like 84, 85, 86. By 87, we had to go.
Man, talking about
and then when we got here, the epidemic wasn't even here yet. So it's like we brought it.
Man, talking about like Detroit, I mean, just even that crack epidemic, man, you can think it destroyed a lot of households.
Yeah, definitely.
It sent a lot of people to prison.
It gave people struggle stress syndrome, post struggle stress syndrome. A lot of people is suffering from that, but they not diagnosed with it because the doctor ain't gonna diagnose you with that. Only the dome doctor gonna diagnose you with post-struggle stress syndrome, because I know what it take and what you've been through and what people go through and how it affects them.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of crack babies, man. A lot of violence. It also made a lot of people wealthy.
Yeah, see, this what I mean. Like, say for instance, when you do something that you wouldn't have did if you was in a better situation, and you got to live with it the rest of your life. Every time you think about it, it fucks with you. It might trigger you to do something. You might go backwards, all because you suffering from things you did while you were struggling in a struggle that you didn't bring on yourself. It was life. And it changed you. Some people died. Some people lost their life. Some niggas robbed a pizza man and got 25 years. And nigga like me just got away with the pizza and ate it because I was hungry. So it's like, shit. It's definitely a real struggle. Man. Like, I ain't talking about self-made, self-inflicted struggles. I'm talking about the struggles that people was raised or born into, to where they thought that was it. Like, when you don't know nothing about microwaves and washing machines and dryers and VCRs, you think all that shit for rich people, because you barely got lights in your shit, man. Or you might go 6 months out the year with no electricity for year after year. It's like they don't understand, like, that's enough to drive a person crazy, especially when you're trying to keep living and live out it and get past it and get over it. But the struggle stress, the post-struggle stress syndrome hits you, and you right back in that same struggle.
I mean, man, like talking about that, so that was your environment coming up in Detroit?
Right.
So during the crack epidemic, were you a product of both ends? Like, was the people in your household doing it as well as selling it, or how was that?
See, that's how I went. Like, okay, when it first hit, like, my mom was a young mother with 5 children. She started having them at 14. She had a bad deal with her life coming up. So she a strong aphrodisiac, 5 children, coming up in the Wendy Houston era. And, you know, men use drugs to manipulate women at that point in time, that era. And, you know, because it was cool or however they, you know, presented it to them. And they got a lot of them hooked because they knew, just like Jimmy, like Nino Brown, G Money said in the movie. That's why he emphasized that. And the bitches suck your dick all night, however he said, that was the introduction to crack to a lot of people. And he made sure he mentioned that part because he knew that women, that it was a drug that would make people do something that they wouldn't normally do. And for women, you know, like, niggas would have sucked dick too, or got fucked too, if niggas would have did that. For crack, that's how strong crack was. Yeah. Like the nigga say, man, I'll suck your dick. Yeah, like, right. See, because all really that was real life.
That's crazy.
Yeah, behind crack. So, you know, it's like.
So you say your mom,
my dad went from smack to crack. Man. And my mom's, I think she just was trying to Joe Rogan the situation, wrestle with it, you know, with life. And it just was a little too difficult because she was young and she really didn't have a family because she was born here in Louisiana. And her mom left her in Louisiana and went to Detroit. So her aunties, my mom relatives had to eventually catch up being a fast teenager with no resources and take her back to Detroit to where her mama moved and say, no, you need to be with your mom. But at that point, her mom was like, well, I got all these other children and, you know, you done did this and you done did that, so you go head on. So she ended up being in Detroit, like I say, 14 on her own. And that's when she started having babies at 14. So by the time she was 21 and trying to handle it and work at the little diners and get little interviews from the news people and get her little, you know, sweet touches, Miss Charlotte look, the men couldn't handle that. So they was like, okay, well, we're going to go and get you hooked. So before I know it, you know, it was like Christmas was coming. And there go the tree. Okay, now we involved with help at this point. So, you know, a few, you know, like they always had people to give and, you know, like that. So, you know, that's where the gifts came from and all that. So, you know, it was there. But then it just started going away. And it went gift. It was like, it's 5 of us, so it might have been 30 gifts. That's great. So then it went to like 20. Then it got to like 18. So we went to talking then. We went to saying, hold up, like amongst each other. Like, hold on, bro. Like, and you know, my big brother, well, that's still my gifts. My gift's still under. I'm the youngest. My gifts was the first to go. So my big brother, like, so, but when it boiled down, when Christmas Eve hit, it was snowing, bro. Like, it was so pretty. We looking out the window, like how Detroit made you can be poor and still have a nice house. You know, from the state or whatever, I don't know. I'm too young to know all that. But I know it was pretty. And about time Christmas Eve hit, we was crying. We was heartbroken. About time Christmas hit, all the tree was gone. They had a deck of cards, wrapped in used aluminum foil for all 5 of us. I knew we had hit rock bottom then.
Damn.
I knew it was over then.
Man, so with you experiencing something like that at a young age, did that cause you to jump out and even start playing with the hustling at an early age?
Yeah, I was hustling. I started instantly with the hustling, but see,
prior to that or before that? Prior to that or after that?
Well, around that time.
You said 9?
I wasn't 9.
Oh, you weren't 9 yet?
That was before 9.
Oh, you moved at 9?
Yeah, that was probably at 7 or 6. I was hustling since like 5. Yeah, I started begging, shoveling snow, raking leaves, You know, like everything you can do. I was too young to sell newspapers. So you used to sell newspapers in Detroit, but I was too young. Well, you know, probably Midwest, so they probably did it in Tennessee too, but I was too young to do it because you had to be 13, so, or 12 or whatever, because a couple of my brothers managed to do it. But I was too young, and so, you know, I did whatever. So what I started doing was I became a thief. And that's why I don't steal now, because like I stole everything we needed to survive. Yeah. And my mom on down counted on me to do it. And when I got caught, I got my ass whooped, and I didn't like that. But I guess that made me a better thief, because I would go get, me and my brother P. Bleezy, shout out to P. Bleezy, he would go get everything we need, and he'd put it in a bag. And he'll get a few extra things for him, and maybe one extra thing for me. Say, there you go. Pick them up, bags bigger than me, and I walk out. And see, like Hamtramck, you can mix it up. You can go from this end of the store, like say for instance, the mall, when you don't know what the mall is, you're too young to realize what's going on, or like a department store with different departments and different entrances and exits. That's how it was. So he would go to each section, like shopping, you know, get like what we need from here, shoes from here, belts from here, pants from here, socks from here, this from my mom, this from my brother, this from my sister, and he'll go get it all like he had a list. And I'd run out with it, and I wouldn't stop until I made it damn near past 10th mile somewhere. And then I know if I made it, boy, those are the days when I got away, boy. Cause I got away a lot. I got away a lot more than I got caught in Detroit.
Man, so did it come to a point when y'all was bringing the stuff home that even they would take that to get high off of it?
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the biggest parts. That's why my mom embraced it so much.
That's why.
Yeah, because like, damn. You know, like just for me stealing, that's enough to get in trouble right there. So me giving you some of it eases the problem. And I mean, it been times I didn't come out with nothing. And I've been stole it all. The shoe, like I have some fresh Nikes, fresh Adidas, and boom, boom. But the dope man stay 2 houses down if he ain't already at our house. And they got people that's interested in them shoes. His son want them shoes. His brother, you know how it go. Like shit, I'm not telling my mom no. I was loyal. I'm still loyal. I wasn't telling my mom no. You know, because it's like when your mom's smile go away, and the only thing make her smile when she high, then you young, you want to see her smile. That's it. Everything else is out the window. You know, you ain't think about nothing else. Like for years, like I fucked over dudes in the streets to take things home to moms, just so she'll smile. Because her smile left when she knew she hurt herself and hurt her children, and you know wasn't in control no more, and was lying to us and stuff. Her smile left then. And the only time it came back when she was high. So I was like, hey, I want to see you get high. And what we came to, what we fell out at is where when I used to tell her, I'm like, Mom, I got to pay the rent with this. I got to pay the lights with this. I got to pay bills with this. Then my sister had a daughter. So I'm like, now we adding to the family. We can't bring Sierra in this world with no lights. No. So I need this to pay the bills. But not knowing that, you know, euphoria is stronger than anything can come out your mouth. So I had to, you know, just go straight in the streets and go from there. And that's when Ivory Mama took me in for a little while, Miss Linda.
So that's after you relocated?
Yeah, this was in Baton Rouge. Like I say, the breakdown was in Baton Rouge. Okay. The build-up, see, it's 2 crack epidemics. I went through 2.
Okay.
I went through the one in Detroit.
Right.
and we thought we was escaping it by coming to Baton Rouge.
Right, and that's what I was asking you. So the stealing and all that. So the Christmas tree incident, that was in Detroit.
That was in Detroit.
So, but as far as like you actually going full fledged in the streets is when you relocated to Baton Rouge.
Right, because I was homeless. I ain't had no choice.
Man, you talked a lot about your mom like during that rough period of her life. So what about your pops?
No pops. Like my pops pulled off a couple moves, like some scandalous stuff. Like when I was around him, but other than that, it wasn't no pops. Excuse me.
Wasn't no pops.
Wasn't no, I had 3 big brothers and they wasn't there. They were just there to cause, a little strain and pain and, add to, they hit me on to all the hardship. Like everything I was green to, they hit me on to it.
Like, get for example, as far as like
saying, look through the keyhole right now.
Damn.
And then you look through the keyhole and you actually get a chance to see what was going on. And my mom would try to be smooth and clog the keyholes up so we couldn't see. But my oldest brothers, they got tired of being, because I think they might have got a year or 2 of getting took care of. So, they missing the feeling. I never felt it. So they missing it. So they bucking it. So they thinking it's going to get better. Like, because they remember it being better. So they like, oh, it's going to get better. We just got to stay on moms. But it just, it just lasted too long.
Man. So he said, so no father, because the only reason I'm asking about your pops, it seemed like that would have probably been a benefit.
Say, but then it's crazy because I still ain't got no pops.
You still don't have a relationship with him to this day?
Right. Or no other pops. Or no step pops, no side pops. Like my youngest son grandfather is the closest thing I ever had to a pop. He don't know that. But it's like I never even had a father figure. Like the niggas who came up in my life, they was all like, thugs, gangsters, criminals, crooks. Like they was leading in the wrong direction. Like I started throwing rocks and sticks at police cars and shit. Like that's what my father figures wanted me to do.
Do you know? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They wanted me to run the cops off. They wanted me to be the guinea. So it started like that. I didn't go to bowling or fishing or swimming I went swimming on my own. But like ain't nobody take me to none of those things. I didn't play sports. I didn't have no support. I didn't have insurance fee for the box to play football, basketball, and all that uniform to dress out in PE. I ain't had none of that shit, man.
Damn.
I was just thugging it and living.
Do you know if your pops is still alive?
I hope so. I'm gonna go to Detroit and try to find him. I'm gonna go try to find him.
But all of these years, so you talking about decades, no contact.
No contact. I talked to somebody in jail, but I don't even know if that was him. Just because people was trying to, bridge that gap for their benefit.
You said it was 5 of y'all.
Right.
Before your sister brought her daughter into the world. Where do you fall on the totem pole? Like
I'm number 5.
You the youngest.
Yeah. And when she had the baby, they was gone. My oldest brother was either in jail or out of town.
So if they plugged in with YBI and all of that, I just hear about just the documentaries and stuff, like the money they was making, they weren't contributing to the household?
Nah. It didn't work like that, and it happened so fast. Like, say for instance, like my mom probably would have played them if she could have, and probably did as long as she could, but I didn't know because I was too young to actually be in part of the YBI, but I'm right there with them. So, it's like what they do, I do if they there. So eventually for them to come up or make a change, they had to leave. So what they did is they would go and then they would come back. Then they would go and then they would come back and they would go and they would come back. I was too little. I couldn't fit none of their clothes or nothing. So it was like, it wasn't nothing I could get. And like my old P. Bleezer was like, you got to just come. He was like, you got to come.
Yeah.
Like, so I knew it was hard on him. He ain't had no daddy neither. But he like, you got to come out in the streets with me. If you want to wear these big jackets and wear some troops and some fresh jeans and all that, you got to come on and do what I'm doing. And just, that nigga was probably 9.
Damn.
Or 10.
Man, so you did mention, I saw in another interview that you said you had like a couple of memories of your pops, but I didn't know it was to the extent where you didn't have no relationship. But you shared a story. You said that it was an incident where you was riding on the handlebars.
Yeah, one day, and then it's crazy because it all happened in one day. And I used to try to think and try to put it on multiple days, but it all happened in one day.
Talk about that.
And okay, like it all started that he was coming to get me. Pops was coming to have Pops Sunday. And I was glad. So like, okay, cool. Now this nigga show up walking. I never seen him drive. He never drove. I never seen my mom drive. She never drove. So keep in mind, bro, just think how life is by itself when your parents is walking and always walk everywhere they go. Or that's how it was. So I was a walker. So first thing was stop was a store. And he encouraged me to steal. And I felt good because I was already stealing, but I just, he didn't, I didn't, I was stealing with my brothers and for moms and home. So, I'm with Pops, I'm thinking it's a different ball game, even though I knew he was still an addict and shit, but he encouraged me to steal. So I'm like, okay, cool. We going on that kind of day. So we walk in the store. I don't know if we walked in together, can't remember that, but I know I stole something and I got caught. And when I got caught, this nigga was nowhere in sight. So the people at the store now, I want to say are Arabs. Arabs is family to black people in Detroit. So these Arabs is like family. So, they don't hate me. They not saying they gonna kill me or, this ain't that buy now, get out. It's a different attitude with Arabs. So, they like, well, you gotta stay right here. So, they give you the full, if you're hungry, if you need it, or, that attitude. Eat it right now. That's the type of vibe they give you. Because in Detroit, you don't cooperate with the people coming to the store. When Devil's Night come, they gonna burn your shit down. That's just how it go. So the people in the store a little bit more, nice to the community anyway. So
I understand it, huh?
Yeah, so like you could run a tab and all that, but this just wasn't my preference store, like right around the corner. So they was like, we holding me. So I might have stayed in there so long I thought he was gone and never coming back. Like even the people in the store was trying to figure out, what was the next move, because they wasn't into calling the police and all that. And just all of a sudden, he showed back up. So when he shows back up,
you want to stop it, bro?
Yeah.
All right.
So after all this time, I'm thinking he not gonna show back up. Like I'm basically, clueless. He showed back up. Boom. Now when he showed back up, he have an attitude like, he mad and boom, 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 boom. So whatever happened, we quickly leave out the store. So we leave out the store. He ain't saying nothing, I'm thinking, okay, everything finna continue. So we take a couple, walk this way, cut that way, a few cuts. He pulled out his bag. Now keep in mind, he had a bag, like a gym bag. Now this nigga got the works in his bag. So he just used me for a guinea pig to get caught while he make it out with a whole bag full of shit. So, now I get it. I'm like, okay. But I'm happy because I know we got food. This nigga got bread, meat, mayonnaise. I knew he had bread, meat, mayonnaise for sure. Chips, some other shit. So I'm like, wow, like, okay, cool. Because I was pissed for a second because I felt like you left me. And you really encouraged me to do it. But then you was really getting away with your shit and you had to take it so far because you couldn't bring it back in the store and you didn't want to leave it outside. So that part turned into that. That worked for the better. So we end up going to somewhere Belle Isle. Now we walking. So we had a hike. And he had like I said, he had a book bag. So, you know, the bag wasn't heavy, but I couldn't wait till we got to the picnic tables because I knew we was finna eat. And it was just me and him and all we had. It was like, I'm finna get a belly full. So we set up, we get a belly full. Now they got the YMCA over there doing what they doing, because the YMCA was always a part of everything. So they had like camp going on over there. So it might have been summertime. I didn't know when from summer then, but it had to be summer because this Detroit. But I want to say it was still snowing. So, but it was like still icy ground. So it might have not been summer. But who knows in Detroit? But anyway, so we eating. He talking to a lady. He talking, boom, 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 then da-na-na-na-na. And so in the process, like, he telling me, like, look in her purse. So I'm like looking, and he like, I'm looking, and he like, looking. So I guess I wasn't sharp enough. So he say, he throw across some kind of way to a child playing with the other children, but the child had some Jordans on. And he like, he made the woman think some kind of way we knew the child was kin to him or kin to me or something, because he told me to go get him. And in the process, I go get him. We come back, and you know, he asking me about the shoes. You know, you like them shoes? You want to woo, 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 woo. Now the whole time he done pieced up the woman and the kid to take the shoes off. So now I can't remember step for step, but I can remember leaving with the shoes on my feet. I'm the happiest kid in the world. Jordans. These was Jordan 1s, the red, black, and
classic.
Yeah, so I'm the happiest child in the world.
In good condition.
Brand new.
Damn.
But as soon as we get around the corner, you got to take them off, son. I'm like, take these off? What? You got to take them off. And I want to say I was barefooted from the time I took them off to the time he sold them and bought me some shit stompers out of the money he sold them for. So he got a night. He must have got a good 50 or something, because he bought me some shit stompers, good $10, $5 from McCory shit stompers. And that's how I remember it was still ice on the ground, because he was able to drag me. I ain't even have to walk after that. We was walking so much I was tired. In Detroit, when you little and they pull you, he was just pulling me. I just jump when we get to the curve. Boom, shit stomper, slide on the ice all the way home. But anyway, we end up in, after we slid, after he pulled me all the way through GM.
Slid.
Yeah, I remember like GM must got a street run through it that was long as fuck, because they had the walls and they had the paint GM letters on it, but he slid me all the way through there, and then we made it to a neighborhood. And I guess that's where he was going to smoke. So he was cool. We was cool. Like, he knew a few people around, and you know, he was that nigga, whatever. And he got a bicycle. Like, a nigga gave him a bike, or he bought it, I don't know. But we took the bike and went on the other side of town. Now, he might be broke at this point. So when we go to these people's house, I stay on the bike. Now, I'm already leaning on the handlebars, but that's how small I am. He ain't even on the bike. He walked up the steps, and I'm noticing, like, I'm paying attention to guys sitting in the rocking chair, you know, thug guy, you know, Detroit type, with a shotgun. You know, like, I didn't know if it was a BB gun or what, or not, but I just knew it was a long shotgun. And everything was just, you know, they rapped about what they rapped about. Then he got on the bike, and we took off. We got in the street. Wow, I heard a shot. And then when I heard the shot, you know, he like trying to cover me, but he trying to like haul ass. Cause this 10 speed, this ain't no truck, this is 10 speed. So I'm like narrow. He like trying to cover me, but he like trying to haul ass. But then I felt like me guiding the bike with my weight. So he had to fell off the bike.
Wow.
And I went a little further before the bike fell. And then soon as it fell, like, I'm in Detroit, I ain't lame. So I know, you know, danger. So soon as I fell, I hauled ass. between some people's house because you know, like I don't know what you know, like if he dead, they finna kill me. What I'm gonna let do? So I hauled ass between some people's house, and I guess you know by people being on the same street, they knew them, so they you know embraced me. Like Lil one, bro, this what happened. You know, be cool. You know, you can go take you to your mom and all that. Just be cool. Won't say nothing. Cause they didn't even want me to go back out there. So they just kept me cool because I remember the ambulance coming and all that and not seeing my daddy no more. And then eventually they took me home on to Algonquin and I got home. And from there, I ain't see him again for like maybe a month. And then when I saw him, he was bandaged up at his mom's house in the basement where he was staying, my grandmother. And he tried to get my mom a story. And I guess she was still saying, come on with something, but that didn't work. And that was my last time seeing him.
Damn, man. So
Yeah.
you pretty much, he could have lost his life, you could have lost your life.
Right.
Your first time really kicking it with your dad.
Right.
Like,
that after all them nights and days waiting on dad to finally come.
that one day you get caught stealing. You get some Jordans, you think yours, he take them to go sell them. He gets into it. Did it even look like they was arguing when they was talking?
Who?
Him and the dude with the shotgun.
No, he jacked them. Like I say, we went somewhere first walking. And they, you know, he was like
with
cool.
the bicycle, yeah.
So this must be where he's blowed the rest of the money at. Because like they got Lil Churn out playing, I'm outside sitting on the steps while all this transpiring, you know, and it's cool. But then we leave from here on the bicycle. And like almost cross town, but where we went, you know, it's like he must have jacked them and tried to pull off. You know,
oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, and that's how it turned out.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Why even try?
Nigga plucked him, and then he had the good thing that he shielded me because you know shotgun got buckshots.
Spread.
So he basically shielded so would none hit me, but I was little anyway, just you know, but.
You said a month later you saw him.
Yeah, and he was still bandaged up, and like he was trying to get up and iron something, you know. But I was getting older. I was realizing that you know that this wasn't it. But I still loved him. I still was like I thought I was like a spitting image of him. I thought like you know that I was gonna be like him, you know, and I feared being like him. You know, that's why I was like, I'm not going to get on drugs because I don't want to be like my dad. I don't want to be like my mom. I want to love him. I want to take care of him. I want to help him. I want us to be around after all this over and see what we've been through and how we made it and celebrate. But other than that, nah.
I know you said you kind of lost contact with your pops, but did your mom ended up like going through rehab and getting off drugs?
After so long.
Okay.
After so, but I'm going to say it was my mom that got off. It was my mom and God, that's it. Because the rehab programs ain't work. Like she went through multiple rehab programs, the free ones, the ones that cost money, you know, like whatever it took to try to help her. Like you know, like I said, I wanted to see her happy. I wanted to see her smile, original. So I hung in for it. You know, and now like it be plenty times I can just walk through the door and get a smile, and I be like, wow, I hung in for that smile.
She still in Baton Rouge too?
Yeah, definitely. Man, she loved Baton Rouge.
So talk about that, man. So she already had the roots in BR. She just went to Detroit.
Right.
So y'all relocate. Y'all come back to Baton Rouge. So.
But let her tell it.
Go ahead.
Let her tell it. Well, how she told it. She didn't remember none of the people that we was around. She didn't know them. She was just meeting them. Like she remembered the people who my mom gave her to, who her mom gave her to. That's who she remembered. She didn't remember the family, her father's side. And when we got here, it was her father's side that embraced us. And you know, we lived around them. And you know, they took us in. Even though her mom's side did too. You know, like, but it was her that was the one that, like we was, like, when we first came, we was homeless for about 6 months. And, I mean, staying anywhere. Anybody let us stay the night, we'll spend the night. So, by the time this 6 months up, we scattered. You know, because when they knew, my moms knew what crack was, and she knew how to cook it and all that, and you know, she became like a superstar for a little while. And my brothers, the ones that knew about it too, they were superstars too, because they had a lot of people that didn't know nothing about it.
Oh, you said because the epidemic hadn't hit yet.
Right. They were shooting powder when we showed up.
So she went from doing it to selling it as well?
No, she went to showing them how to manufacture it because that's what she was wanting to go with.
She never hustled though.
And it saved a lot of them life. Like my brothers did the hustling. If it was some hustling to do off the crack. Because like I'm gonna go back to Detroit for a minute. I don't want to confuse you. See, like in Detroit, this how I go. They don't only go for your sons. They want your sons selling dope at your house. See, that's the part they don't tell you. Like,
you got guaranteed customers.
Yeah, they want you at home selling dope. Like they want to run your house. Lieutenants and people like that will come to your house and get it going if they have to. Like, you know, let them know, okay, this such and such side of town, this such and such packs, you know, because everything was in baggies then. Like New York had vials, they had little baggies, small baggies just for a rock to go in. And there they was. And it's like, okay, you might get 2 ounces bagged up already, and you at the house and you got to sell it, and you know, so, but they ain't giving it to the mom or the dad because they know they using it. So they giving it to the kids to sell. Y'all sell it. So they got sales knocking on the window. So one time I took the crack from school, from the Blue Pigs, trying to show children what drugs was, but thinking by us being in 1st and 2nd grade and shit like that, we had no idea, but they was wrong. I knew exactly what it was, so I took it. Like they had a whole little thing full of every drug that was out then. And you just got a real life look. And I'm like, damn, this is about a gram. Like this is enough to buy groceries and da-da-da-da. I got to steal this. So I'm like, I'm looking at the other children, and because we in the auditorium, you know, I can't hide it. So I'm just looking at the other children. I'm like, fuck it, I got to take this out of that. Fuck it, and just passed it on. And then it just kept going and it kept going. And about time it got back, they made a fuss about it and said something was missing, but we children. They couldn't handle us any kind of way, so I made my way on out with it, got home, and look what my brothers and them said. You sell it. Because I'm like, sell it for me. I'm going to give you some of the money. You sell it. So there I go 7 years old selling crack out the side window.
7 years old.
7 years old. And they came back till it was all gone. And everybody had a little few dollars. Everybody was happy. Mama had a belly full. And that's how I went.
Wow.
And then it's crazy because the motherfuckers came, kicked our door in.
They raided your house?
Yeah. And I remembered them, and they remembered me. Like I was a suspect.
What happened?
And I was so small.
That's great.
I was small enough. At 7 years old, the police lady picked me up in her arm. That's how small I was. Like, even though I ran like you supposed to. 7 years old, when they kicked the door, boom, I'm on the couch. So it scared me to death. So I run all the way to the back door, heading down the back steps. They coming up, them motherfuckers. You know, guns. Freeze, guns. I don't shoot me. I don't know what that means. I'm too scared. My adrenaline running too fast. So the woman just grabbed me and scooped me up, and one of them grabbed my sister, scooped her up. While my oldest brothers and my mom and whoever else was in the house went through the whole ordeal. But all the while they holding me, I'm listening to them, how they talking about. He was one of the ones that was involved in that at Grayland Elementary and all this other shit going on. Wow. And I'm like, just don't know. Shit real. And they took my mama to jail and my oldest brother for nothing. Because they ain't find shit.
And you say your mom never sold. She just, but your brother did.
Yeah, but by her being a user, like, it made it easier for people to sell out of house.
That's what they were just using it for.
Yeah, see, because once they realize you're a user, like I say, they move in if they have to.
And that's what happened at your house?
Yeah, like 5 or 6 times. Every time until we moved out of to Baton Rouge. Like, We couldn't shake it.
Was that the craziest stuff you experienced, like your father getting shot and that raid, or did you see other like acts of violence and crime when you was in Detroit before you came to Baton Rouge?
Man, in Detroit, I mean, one time me and my sister was walking, well, we were supposed to be walking to school, but when you move from hood to hood, you know, like, you change schools a lot. But sometimes you get back so fast, you still be, like, your books and your journal and shit still be there. So we was walking to school one morning, and we was taking a whole new route because it was another school. And they had a field, and it was so big, and it was cut. Like, it was cut for a car. Like, a car had went through it, or a car chase, or a tractor just made a shortcut through it. By being so big, you had to make a shortcut through it. And it's like a whole block. Like, you can walk all the way around the block, or you can take this long shortcut and go through. And in the process, through that shortcut, they had a dead motherfucker. That was my first time seeing somebody dead. And I still had to walk through the remaining of the shortcut, and by the weeds being tall, I was just figuring whoever did it was still in the weeds, or they had more people in the weeds, and we had to make it through. And I never wanted to walk back through them again, and they cut them. You know, I guess when they found the body in there or whatever, they cut them. And then you got to see how big of much space it was and how far you had to walk through. And, you know, like, that was like the first time. But, and I knew it was a real person because, like, of the flies and the clothes. And, you know, I wasn't desperate enough to go shake them down because I wasn't in the shaking down yet. But if I would have been 13, I'd have probably went and checked his pockets.
A dead body.
Yeah.
I mean, have you done that before?
What, check the dead person's pockets?
Yeah.
I don't know. I doubt it.
You say you don't know.
I doubt it. Because, you know, like, I've seen it happen so many times, but I never, like, half of them or most of them, I was emotionally affected by what happened. So, you know, I wasn't thinking about shaking their pockets. But I done thought about, like, grave robbing, you know, like, shaking people down for graves, because, like, one of my partners had some dentures. His name Jabbar. Shout out to Jabbar. Just so I call him out so you know it ain't cap. He had some dentures with golds on them. And I say, where you get them from? And he say, he got them from a dead person. So I was so poor, I was thinking about start hitting graves. Because some of them was open. So, you know, like, I'm like, I wonder if that skull got some golds in his mouth. Because you used to sell them gold. But I never actually did it, you know. But I thought about it.
Hey, man, all jokes aside, you serious right now.
Right. Like, the struggle to take you to, like, you know, grave robbing and dumpster diving ain't too far from each other. You can jump in a dumpster and a dead motherfucker be in there. So just think, like, you know, like.
Man, the way you describing it, you don't sound like you traumatized, though.
Nah, because
you become immune to it, certain point?
Yeah, it's something. It's, you know, it's called, like I say, it's called post-struggle stress syndrome. It's like you have to deal with it, because other than that, you'll find yourself back in it, mentally caught up.
What you mean by that?
You know, like the vibe, the feeling, because you still the same person. Your heart and all that still there. So whatever you've been through, how you felt when you go through it, you can be living a whole nother life, and it could just be something to trigger you to put you right back in that mode and that feeling. Or you could think, that's possible. That could happen again. I can be back doing that. I can be back doing this.
You personally going through that, how have you managed it over the years where it ain't got to the point you done got strung out on drugs or did nothing crazy where you crashed out? Like, what do you do to kind of like mentally decompress and all of that?
Man, I live and I help people, and I be grateful, and I honor people. I appreciate the ones that helped me along the way. And, you know, like, I hold that a high regard. I feel like though anybody in that part of my life is a part of the importance and that I value, that I hold, because that was the most hardest part. But now, like, I just basically feel like shit, I done lived so long through so much to where I'm just grateful. You know, like, my life is easy. My life is sweet. I can take care of me. I'm doing good if it's just me. But when we count my children and my grandchildren and my mom and my sister and my niece, nephews, and, you know, all them shit, I'd rather struggle. I'd rather struggle with them. So, you know, it's like, hey, the struggle continues.
Oh, for sure. Man, getting back to Baton Rouge, so you said y'all was homeless for 6 months before, I guess, so you...
I'm saying straight off the Greyhound, though. Because we was homeless plenty time. I'm just saying straight off the Greyhound. No clothes, no nothing. Just what I had on my back. And by the time night fell, they had done stole miles. So we like, well, mom. And I had rapped against a nigga and beat him. Grown nigga, Puppy D. Shout out to Puppy D. Rest in peace to Puppy D too. Like, I hold him high standard when it come to rap. One of my favorite, one of the GOATs from Baton Rouge, Puppy D. Him and Dabby Do. I rapped against them too. The first day. Like, and I was rapping Detroit raps. You know, supersonic shit, you know, and flushed them. But this nigga Pup say, hold up, homeboy, this rap is mine. I caught your mama in the welfare line. And everybody just, oh shit. Like, that was the dopest, illest shit they heard all year. And that was like weak to me. But it affected me because, like, we was poor. Like, I ain't been here but a few hours and this nigga done figured out I'm poor. Like, I'm like, wow, that, you know, and that was like, but when it come to like I say, the actual MCing, I smashed them niggas, man. But that nigga hit me. It was me and my brother P Bleezy. Shout out to P Bleezy again, man. Maniac Black. But we smashed them niggas, Puppy D and Dabby Do. Yeah, that day, yeah, definitely. And Pup was the nigga. He was the sickest. Yeah, we showed them that day.
So you said so probably. You know, I thought you was about to say though. You took off on him or something, like, because he said that about your moms, like you punched him or something. It wasn't that serious though. No. You know, sometimes the mama jokes.
He was a grown man, you know.
Oh, that's right.
And you know, I was 9.
I got you.
I was just that ill with the flow.
Battling an adult.
Like, I was rapping my brother's battle.
You said your brother could rap too.
Yeah, like, well, at that point, you know, like, you know, because see, like, I want to say rap gave us courage. I know it gave me courage. Now, I don't know what gave him, but because he been a maniac. But I want to say that rap gave me courage, and at that point, you know, like, that's what we was going off, courage. And so if he rapped, I rapped. Like, if somebody wanted to battle him, I didn't know if I was as good as him or gooder than him, but I knew I was going to rap with him if somebody wanted to rap. Just like fall. If somebody wanted to fight, I knew I was going to fall with him. So the same thing with rap. And I was just that raw. Like, it still boiled down to just me.
Nah, for sure. So around this age, so you start rapping, but what about like the household? Like, how do you adjust to Baton Rouge when y'all get there though? Like, after y'all actually get a roof over your head. I experienced the pillow to porch effect first. So I had them been from South Baton Rouge to Clinton. What's that? Clinton, that's a
country. The country.
Oh, okay.
To Clinton, to Dixie, to Fairfield. And then I probably want to say that's probably where we landed a house in Fairfield. And I started going to school. I had to miss, I guess the summer or something passed by. I thought it was a whole year, but I had to miss. In Detroit, even though the struggle hit, I was still making A's and B's because I always wanted to be smart. That's what's up. But in Baton Rouge, once I was just out for a while, and, you know, like, it was, take care of yourself, had to be a man. I just said fuck school, but I still went because they had food. You know, that was it. Like 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, I went to school to eat. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Man, I interviewed somebody in Chicago. They was talking about their parents being on drugs, and he said them and their friends, all of their parents was hit during the epidemic, crack epidemic. They all went to school for the lunch, man, for the breakfast and the lunch, literally to eat.
Right, that's why I say 6th grade, 7th grade,
That's
5th
crazy.
grade. I went to school to eat, man. Even the lunch people knew that. They even started giving me extra. One lunch lady brought me a bag of clothes.
Damn, it was that noticeable.
Yeah, and this, she was a lunch lady. Brought me a bag of clothes, bro. And it's crazy because one of her sons, or her son, I don't know, because, you know, she was a lunch lady, but one of her sons had been in an auto accident and got paralyzed, and somebody I know was working with him, so I got a chance to meet him. And I saw her, and I just wanted to help her son then.
Wow.
I just wanted to help her son. I was
forgot
like,
what she did.
Nah, I ain't forget. She probably forgot, but I ain't forget. And them probably was his clothes. Because we was about the same age, or he was younger than me and bigger than me. Or we was the same age, he just didn't go to that school. So that was about his clothes, because they wasn't new, but they wasn't old neither. You know, they was fresh for how she brought them in a brown bag.
Man.
That's when grocery stores had brown bags.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. So from there, so do you end up dropping out of school?
Yeah, I dropped out in the 7th grade because one of my partners, who I normally, I started slapping niggas from teasing me. See, when I first went to Dufrock, I had a fight the same day with Tyree. That's how Skilly Me Thaye Creek, that's how I started.
That's middle school.
Elementary.
Okay.
I had a fight, Dufrock Elementary, with a dude named Tyree, because him and another guy was talking about me. I wasn't even registered in school yet. Like, I'm still sitting in the office. They coming from lunch, but they see me and they, I'm like, so what's so funny? Oh, dirty ass, big D. Nigga must have knew me from, because like I said, I hadn't already been around a year or something before I got to Dufrock, because I had done went to Greenville in the park and all that before I got to Dufrock. So when he said what he said, I just rushed him. So, we fought right there. He had a little scuffle with him. I ain't just flush him out, but I showed him about watch what you say and who you say it to, because sometimes it could be some instant response. And so my partner, had asked me, like, what happened? And, he like, what happened? So, we went to, kind of like letting niggas know not to play with me. So it was like, Skilly Me Thaye, and was the licks. The knots and shit you put on a nigga head. Skilly Me Thaye. What happened? Skilly Me Thaye. That let you know what happened. So that went for, that's how I bullied the bullies. Skilly Me Thaye.
So that's elementary, so it could go
right.
that transition into middle school,
then,
same thing, you still fighting?
Right, it got worse because then they had more bullies. So now I was running like extortion. I was able to extort the guys who were scared of the bullies by keeping the bullies off them. They paid me.
In 7th grade.
Yeah, 6th grade.
6th grade.
6th grade, basically mostly 6th grade. Because 7th grade, I went to Westdale, so it was like a whole new start. And like different friends. And I was letting certain dudes get away with jokes. Like I wasn't supposed to, but I was, because like these same friends was already looking out for me. So I'm like, I let a nigga crack a joke. Even though I wasn't playing that shit, I let a nigga crack a joke or two. So he fired off the wrong joke. That nigga did, man, you got them same shoes you had on before Christmas break. I'm like, damn, this nigga really? And I got some pants on that I done ironed and stay flowed to try to hide the fact, with a nice little shirt with big hair on the back, I'm trying to actually get by. This nigga that blowed on me and let everybody know I got the same shoes. Bro, that's why I give away. I got a program called Hip Hand Me Down where I give away shoes, bro. And it's only when time to go back to school for the ones who don't get none. That's the only time I give them away. Every holiday when it's time to go back, because I never went back with them. I came up with a system. My cousin Big Joe, he'll get like 2 pair a month. And the first pair he get, he'll wear them every day, so they'll be kind of like woe down in a couple weeks. And I get them, clean them up, freshen them up, and wear them to Westdale and can get by, you know. But when Andrew came out on me, rest in peace to Andrew, because I heard he had died. But when he came out on me, I was like, wow. And I just left out the class, say, can I go use the bathroom? I left. And I went to use the bathroom, and I just kept going. And I said, I ain't going back to school till I get straight. Wow. And I really got to get straight, because see, I was paying rent, bro. I was paying light bills. I was doing shit like that at that age. Like I said, it was all having to go back to moms or the business that to you know, like you. I used to have people at school with me walk past the house and see the lights out, and now I got to worry about if they're gonna go back to school the next day and tell. So I got to go do something to get the lights back on, just in case. So when they come back the next day, they'll be back on. You know, all type of shit. So, you know, like. I left out Westdale, I dropped out, and then, you know, I got a little more comfortable in the game. And I started hustling a little bit, and I got some goals, or I got more goals. And, you know, a few pair of Jordans, had a little clientele sales coming in, and had my own crib. Like, and I was able to manage it. And my mom eventually came and moved in with me. But
around what age is this?
16, 15, and she came and moved in with me, because this was like after I left from the disputes about her, you know, the drugs that we need to pay the bills keep coming up missing. Like after this dispute, I left out, and then like I said, I got my own spot after then, but it wasn't far. It was just right, you know, around the corner.
See, your own spot though, at 16, right, 15, yeah, 16, that's crazy. And you was trapping out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Straight to crack, no weed or nothing?
Straight crack. I feel like I was a crack dealer. And soon as I didn't have to sell it no more, I stopped selling it. Because I always knew the harm it did. I didn't sell it to my mom. I didn't sell it to my aunts. I didn't sell it to my family. I gave it to them.
Does that hunt you nowadays?
Nah. No, because I didn't sell it to him. It might would have hunted me if I would have selling it to him.
Versus giving it to him?
Yeah, because like I said, I want them to smile. I gave it to them to bring some form of happiness, peace. You know, that. It wasn't never about them jonesing or nothing. I care less about that or the money, because, you know, like I used to take shit from niggas. I was like taking shit. Like, a nigga might give all us something, and okay, here y'all go. Okay, I want mine and yours, because you don't deserve it. You out here in my lane, and you got it. You know, you got a mom, a dad, resources, a grandma, food in the fridge, lights on, water, all that, but you out here po-mouthing like you need it like me. Nah, you don't need it like me. I really need it. So a lot of niggas I might have rubbed the wrong way, and you know, and that wasn't even me. That was just survival mode. But once I went to living from surviving, my whole perspective changed.
Man, as much as you comfortable with sharing, like around that age of your life, when you actually full-fledged out of school, hustling, how serious did it get as far as like people trying to rob you or get over on you, or did you get into
I would have been
stuff?
dead. I would have been dead. God was with me, because I wasn't scared. I would have been dead. Every time a nigga tried to rob me, I grabbed the gun. Every time. Every time.
What's like a story you comfortable with sharing?
I mean, I don't really be too comfortable with sharing those stories, for sure. But I can go back to some of them to where it was just like you say around that time, because things like that can constantly go on as long as you still in that lane for it to happen. So I try to not put myself in those positions now to get robbed. But like I remember like one time, bro, a nigga say, give me a 40. And I didn't have it. So I went to my brother and I was like, sell me 2 for 20. And he like, no, because you got to sell. And this is my oldest brother, the one. I'm like, bro, you tripping, man. Let me get the 2 for 20. No, I'll give you 2 for 30. I'm like, bro, that's fucked up. I ain't going to make the 40. But fuck it, come on with it. So I get it. We in Blanche's court, I get it. run back, because they ain't coming in Blanche's court. They going up 16. But if they come in Blanche's court, then that means everybody in Blanche's court that's selling can catch him. So I'm really trying to be slick. So I get it, but then I had to buy, I had to give him money, run back to the car. So I run back to the car, drop it in his hand, you know, because, you know, that's kind of sort of how it went. It had to be fast paced from number one, because at first they had a lot of people out, and then, you know, they had the police and then a whole bunch of shit going on. So they was good, like, you know, you would put your dope in their hand. And because you had dummies going around and all that, so you would actually put your dope in their hand and then they would pay you. It wasn't like you see on TV, you send the money first and then you get the product. No, that's just system, that's bullshit. But you put the product in their hand, and when I put the product in his hand, the one he was right here. They had a guy on the side of him, pointed a gun in my face. Now I got my head in the car. So, you know, I can't, ain't nothing I can do. Like if he wanted to shoot, he'd blow my fucking head off. So he pointed the gun, and all he asked me to do was bag up.
That's all he said.
Bag up. But I'm thinking about, man, that's all I had, my nigga. You tripping. And what was I gonna do? They never presented the money. So I grabbed a nigga hand. This nigga sitting down, comfortable, strong as the fuck. You know, I grabbed his hand. Now this nigga could have blown my fucking brains out. But instead, the nigga's hand I grabbed, he just got him a good lick. Bum, punched me in my shit, dazed me a little bit, and I realized I was tripping. And I went on and bagged up. But I said, if I ever see him again, they dead. If I ever see him again, they dead. I never saw him again. Never. When I saw the car again, I shot at it. And it wasn't even them. But I ain't give a fuck. But you know, but that was like the first time. And then like from there, like life was so hard at those moments. It was like whatever happened, happened. Like you buck death when life hard. Like, you know, like it'd be like shh.
So fear went out the window. I
suffered so much what hell got, like Pac said.
At a young age, you said rapping gave you courage.
Right.
But
LL Cool J.
I guess the streets though, that just eliminated your fear that you had as far as like for death.
I mean, it was like, say, bro, like
you said bucking death, so yeah.
You don't be thinking about it. See, you not thinking about death.
Survival.
Yeah, you bucking it by accident. You ain't bucking it on purpose. You just bucking it because you know how life go. The next step to see, you know, like if he would have shot me, I might would have blamed my brother. But I was willing to get shot before I come back with nothing. You feel what I'm saying? But he just didn't shoot me. So the good thing, the one who had the dope, I guess he just, because I really wasn't, like once I looked at the hand, I'm thinking, man, I'm finna grab my shit. But you know, and he was so fucking strong. These were some big ass dudes in a lit ass car. And that nigga just got a lick. I felt the lick. And I'm like, I can't even really punch back because I'm jammed up in the lit ass back window. So I bagged up and you know, like, say, it was basically all kind of sort of like that, unless it was like somebody around the way or something who, you know, felt lucky. And I'm like, bro, I can't give it up today. I can't. Like, I never really ran. And now I know I ain't gonna run. So I just gotta stay out the way or nigga gonna kill me. Because I ain't gonna run. I fear more getting shot running than getting shot like a man. So run for what? If I can't talk to you and like, see when a nigga kill me, he ain't gonna let me talk because I'm gonna talk him out of it. So he ain't gonna let me talk, he's just gonna kill me. So it's like, you gotta avoid it. You can't bring it. Now you can't fear it. Death will come, everybody gonna die anyway. But it's just about how you live and what your purpose. So, you know, like I say, I'm past all that. That's the main reason why I talk about it so good, so much, so honest. Because I'm past all that. I want people to know what I've been through.
That's 100, man.
Just in case they got something they going through or they think they can't make it, you gonna make it. That's why we want them to know, bro. And that's the only reason why.
Before you transition to the rap, like fully, did it get pretty serious for you with the hustling? Like, did you elevate from just being in that spot?
I was a made nigga before I started rapping. If that's what you're trying to see,
Yeah,
I was a made nigga from the streets. I was made in the streets and made in jail before I even started rapping. So I was a 2-time certified nigga before I even started rapping.
In your opinion, what does it mean to be made?
Like.
What's your definition?
Like justified, like, you know, like graduated, like went through it, like lived through it, experienced it, conquered it, climbed it. You know, like say for instance, with the streets, you know, like you gotta let go. But like the shit I went through, it wasn't about just doing people shit, it was about standing up, standing on all 10, about how you handling shit, about going to shit and not letting shit come to you, about resolving shit, about letting niggas make it. All that add up into being made. You know, because it first is self-made, because can't nobody else make you. You gotta be self-made. Other than that, you just part of something else or somebody else, what they got going on. Or just, you know, like a family member or something. But some of us come self-made and like, boom, made in the streets, self-made. Now, it took certification. You know, it took Fred Hayes, Tangy Swanson, Lee Lucas, Ivy Smith. You know, it took Casey Thomas. You know, it took a long list of niggas. Kendrick Forbes, you know, I ain't even fit to name all the niggas and all the situations and all the being silent and all the taking a lick and all that. You know, all that is what makes you made. You got to do all that. And ain't too many niggas can say that and do that. That's where the speculation and lies come in there, because they balance it out like that. You know, a fake nigga could come around me and act like he real because he done heard some fake shit. Nah, I can't go for that. Nah, you still a fake nigga by yourself. I ain't finna conversate with you or kick it with you or make you feel like it's cool. Nah, you did some fake shit, not me. So you stay over there. Lies don't count. Even on AHumbleSoul, all your interviews that niggas tell, or interviews that you give and niggas tell their story, the lies do not count. You tell a nigga you ain't paying them, or your platform, your followers, none of that ain't into the lies. No, because that don't count. So why even build something off that? You build up your platform off a lie and then you find out it's a lie, there goes your platform. So lies don't count. We're going to keep it factual.
Yeah. So you said street and in prison. Oh, wait, or jail, you said in jail.
Yeah, jail, prison is all the same thing, because I did more up the road than I did in the parish, because the parish is just everybody from Baton Rouge, but up the road niggas be from everywhere.
It's up the road, is that Angola?
No, it's up the road is anywhere where you got to travel up the road to get there. Okay. So it's like they got Angola's penitentiary. So Angola penitentiary, and the Wade that's David Wade is baby penitentiary. And then they got, Fort Wade is baby penitentiary. And then they got David Wade and they got Hunts. Those are more prison penitentiary. But see, in Baton Rouge, we start off at prison. When other people start off at jail, we start off at parish prison. And then it goes to, the only thing separated is up the road. And up the road is all the whole Louisiana and a few people from right outside of Louisiana. And that's where you got to look out for your homeboys at. That's where it really counts. That's where it really counts.
So is it gangs, or is it divided by what city you from?
It can be both. But looking out for a nigga come from the heart. It don't be neither one. It be because I got it and you don't. And I know how people get handled who got it. I know how motherfuckers feel. You know, like, okay, if I'm from Baton Rouge and they got 13 niggas in here from Baton Rouge, all 13 of us gonna eat hookups at night. I'ma see to it. Even if I gotta say, okay, my nigga, you make a list though, you just come with this, you just come with that, you wash the bowls, you gonna do this, you gonna do that, you gonna wash y'all drawers, you gonna wash y'all socks, I don't give a fuck, but everybody gonna get some. You know, we ain't finna have no hungry homeboys and none of that hanging around. Or, you know, when I get the contraband in, nigga might not never smoke in his whole jokes, but he around Big Head, I'ma go and make your day. Here, man, hit that perk. Nigga say, man, bro, I felt like I was free. I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't, you know, it ain't no, it's all about your experience you had with me. You know, man, that nigga Big Head, man, that nigga Big Head. And I be saying, why I don't hear that shit? Why I just hear fake shit? Why I don't hear all the real shit that done took place that I done contributed in? I be like, but you know what? Fuck it, man, it is what it is. Run that shit. Tell that shit, because now they got the internet and they got people that just bite on that shit, man. So go ahead, believe some bullshit if you want to.
Man, what's the craziest rumor or lie you've heard about yourself? Because you done made reference to like the...
I'ma always say that a nigga say I was a rat, because I'm a motherfucking, like I said, I'm certified, bro.
Made.
You know, I'm a made nigga, bro. Like, that's so far from, you know, the truth. You know, it's like, I be like, bro, why, bro? And these be niggas that know you, bro. Know your struggle. Know how solid you is. Know you don't have no flaws. Knowing you come from a worse position than them in life and made a better situation for yourself. For yourself. And they ain't been to did nothing to help. You've been to help them many times as you can. And that's all they can do is just try to make up something on you because they know you. And they know people gonna believe it because they know you. That's why I don't hang with nobody. That's why I don't fuck with nobody. Because all the niggas that act like they know me had something fucked up to say about me. All because I prevailed. All because I ain't give in to drugs or street or jail or penitentiary or bullshit or fake shit or none of that. All because I prevailed. You know, sometimes I be saying, I ask myself, okay, why all them dead and I'm still alive? I ask myself that. For all the moms and brothers and sisters who wonder, well, why Big Head still? I ask myself that. But I don't blame myself because ain't nobody never died on my watch. Not on my watch. None of them. None of my friends, none so-called friend, childhood friend. I was the leader of the wrong crowd, my nigga. I was Mr. Bad News himself. I wasn't allowed in niggas' houses when we was little. But none of them niggas died on my watch. None of them. I taught them niggas how to live, how to survive, how to hustle, how to love, how to help, how to, you know, fall, how to catch a nigga slack, how to say, okay, well, I'm gonna take one for the time. I taught niggas how to do all that. They wasn't on that. I taught them niggas that. And the only thing I got back was lies. That's it.
What's the the situation where you said people try to say you was a rat?
Bro. I mean, it's kind of like a little too personal to talk about, so I'm going to let it go to the point to where it hit the internet. Because the internet is free, you know, just free for anybody. So it hit the internet, dude, like, he made a little song. So, and I'm like, bro, I don't know this dude don't know me. But I know of his people. And I know he know of me. So, where can you conjure that up from? Like to say, if you coming in the game and you trying to come in the game as a real nigga, why would you make a fake move though? You know, like I don't know if that hindered him more than it helped him. But I know he can sit up here right now and say this many years later that he know that he just made up a lie. Or he was going off a lie that another nigga told him. And real niggas don't go off lies that other nigga told them. So you have to have some type of encouragement or persuasion to entertain another man's lie that he make up on another man. And I know the guy who made it up. And the guy who made it up, bro, is crazy. Because like I say, when you caught up in the struggle and niggas help you struggling, you always feel indebted to them. So it was one of those type of guys who made that up. So it's like, okay, I forgive you for even making it up. I'm not even fighting you or mad at you for the internet or whoever else took it and ran with it. Because of who you is and what you did for me when we was young, when we was little. But all your childhood friends ain't your grown friends. And you go through certain shit and you know, you got to figure it out however you figure it out. But I looked at it like that. I was like, you know what? Back to I'm the Papy, because some people you let down, bro. You let them down. And when you let them down, you hurt them. You hurt their feelings some kind of way. And I guess to make themselves feel better or feel like you didn't pull the wool over their head, then they have to just dish you or switch up on you or just come up with something to make them feel, you know, I don't know, bro, but but it still ain't bothered me. You know, it just bothered me when somebody say it just because they can. Because they know that I know that they didn't make it up. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you know fucking well that this don't got nothing to do with nothing. Whatever we've been doing, however we've been doing it, and there ain't been no problem. But just right when shit be going good or shit be going saucy, you just want to say that. I'm like, bro, but I don't say that. I can say that. We can say that about each other, but I don't do that. So what I'm supposed to do? So now I got to look at you like, you know, bro, first things first. When a nigga made up that allegation, I wasn't even in the game no more. So that should have let him know right then and there. It's bullshit. You trying to make up something, well, nigga ain't in that lane no more. So what does it matter? Okay, so now speed up, fast forward, 2024. Well, rat and cool. You know, these niggas trying to justify rat. I seen BG, niggas say BG went to the fucking, the grand jury on a nigga. You feel me? Like all this type of shit going, I'm seeing all this shit go on. And I ain't even went to the mind on a nigga. I don't even give a nigga a thought, you know? Like even the police know I'm not finna corroborate. So, but a nigga could still say, I'd rather try to bring Big Head down with a lie, and I'll give BG a hug and pat on the back. But I'm trying to say this about this man.
With somebody putting a jacket on you like that, did it get dangerous for you? Or people like back away from you? I know you say you backed away from people, but
but that's what I'm saying. Like, that type of activity going on. Anybody that I was dealing with, I was still dealing with. Anybody real nigga I was fucking with, I was still fucking with.
I got you.
That's why I say it was just fake motherfuckers who couldn't add up or who couldn't amount up, who just wanted to say it.
Have you ever ran into them people?
To who?
Since then, who made up the...
I asked them, we talked about it.
Oh, like man to man. Oh.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like man to man, because like the assumption he was giving me and the other people around that he wasn't in his right mind.
Okay.
So you doing moves when you're not in your right mind. And this was just one of them. That's how I looked at it. You know, I got to be the bigger man to know if it's somebody that I know I got love for. I got to be the bigger man to say, well, you know what? That's shade. That's hate. That might hurt me, but it ain't gonna help you. It's not. Now you're gonna have to deal with the fact that you ain't got me no more. For whatever it was worth, you're gonna have to deal with the fact that you ain't got me no more, because you ain't had to do that. You ain't had to say that, because you know you're lying. You know there's nowhere, no form, fact, proof, dot, mention, scribble, thought about, nothing. You know, nowhere, to no one. And they even have some dudes that tried to say, now this went from this dude bringing this up and a nigga putting it on the song to niggas in jail saying, oh, well, you told on some niggas in jail. Oh, Lord. Bro, I call myself doing the right thing, being smart, being wise, you know, because with time, you get wise. But some niggas, they be really throwing shade on other niggas. So what I try to do, I try not to throw shade on no nigga. So I get around it and still give my word off without you saying it. But it's like this here, bro. Like I say. And I'm going to say this about Baton Rouge. In jail, Baton Rouge take shit from niggas. They don't steal shit. And I'm just speaking from the convicts that I know in the time I spent in jail and all that and how we rocked. We never stole shit. We took it. Regardless. Even though we did it from each other for years in the parish. Took it. The stand-up niggas took it. Now, when I went where I went and how I went, so I was kind of green because the last time I had been in jail, it probably was 10 years prior, and they didn't have cell phones in jail. So when I get in the dome, niggas say, want to use my cell phone? Now I'm the dome doctor. So I expect this, you know? I'm looking at this like this some G shit. Do you know the type of shit I can put together tonight? And you got a banger? Bet, let me see it. I'm like, oh, I fuck with you, my nigga. Nah, nigga from, I ain't even gonna say where he was from because I don't, like I say, I don't want to diss nobody. And this is a culture thing. It ain't just about no one nigga. It's a culture thing, you know? But I'm gonna say this, Baton Rouge take shit. They don't steal shit in jail, as far as my knowledge. But, well, anyway, so I'm thinking, now I come in there 9 niggas deep. All the niggas I come in there with, ain't none of them got shit. We've been eating my shit in the tank since we've been there. We've been there since this morning. We ain't go in the dome till 12 midnight. We've been there since that morning. So, only nigga had zoos and shit was me. I had buku of them. I had perp all that already. They don't even know that though. I got the perp on, I got my J's on, tied up tight, but I got sweats, slippers, all this shit coming from the parish, you know, plenty shit. So, when I go in the dome, bam, it take about 10 minutes, you know, cause all the niggas gotta come in there. Everybody I came with gotta get assigned to a bed and boom, boom, boom. So, you know, I get assigned to a bed, so I'm just taking my shit out. Cause you know I'm thinking like you know it is what it is. I don't cherish none of this shit. This jail nigga die in this bitch. Leave it up to me. You know I know how this shit go. But you know I'm moving how I move. I don't give a fuck. It is you bring it is up. So I'm just putting my shit on the bunk because the locker I filled that up instantly. I had you know like I said I was in the past with perps. So I got sacks of shit. So you know ain't cost me nothing. So I'm putting this shit up, put some on the bed, some still in the bag, shit everywhere, get a new celly, some don't even know him here, bro, you know, thinking he's solid, you know, okay, you my celly here, watch the fort, he'll hold it. Here you go, some cookies, hungry ass niggas, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. You bummed out talking about you from Port Allen. You ain't even from Baton Rouge, but you close enough. Okay, here you go, man. I'm finna go use this phone, let my people know where I'm at, put some shit in play and see what it's hitting for. So I go back there, use the phone, boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna make a long story short. I come back, my shit gone. My stuff that I brought.
Oh, man.
So first thing I say, you know, okay, all right. I go with the nigga mama bitch line. Whoever did it, nigga your mama bitch, what up, what you wanna do? Come on out there like a man. You feel me? Letting them know, like, if you want to fight, let's fight. But I'm saying to myself, they already got it now, so it really don't make no sense. And I remember somebody telling me, bro, you might don't want to go in there in the middle of the night with your shit and wait till you can get some locks and shit. But I'm like, this me, I don't give a fuck about that. Or this shit, you know, like either one. Like it's up, either way the cut go. We either gonna have a good time in there or not. But this jail, I ain't looking for no motherfucking sympathy. So I'm like, okay, bet. So I made a few statements about the shit. Nobody came out. Nobody wanted to do nothing. Nobody said nothing. Nobody. I even went to a couple niggas like, you know, what up, you know? Like, what you saw? I ain't say nothing. So I'm like, man, these niggas scared. So, you know, this not my type of hype. Like, I'm the contraband man. I can't be around niggas like this. So I told the people, I don't want to stay in here. Nah, I'm a convict. I'm not a fresh fish. I know how to joke. I can't joke around you niggas. Y'all got the ups on me already.
And they stealing, they ain't
taking.
taking.
Yeah, I got to go. But guess what? I went right next door and turned up. Turned the whole dome up. Got everybody smoking perp and everything else. Zaps, pounds, whatever they want. Yeah, whatever they want, however they want it, with no regard to where you from or none of that. You know, all you broke niggas get to smoke. All you hungry niggas get to eat. All you foreigner niggas, if you ain't got nobody to look out for you, Big Head got you, man. Just to put in his real nigga book. That's it. Just to, like I say, that's how you become made. Like that. Not just in jail with the bullshit. Not stealing. No. Hell no. So, you know, that was a part because they couldn't accept the fact that they won. Y'all won. Y'all got the shit. Y'all got, yeah, no problem. You didn't take it. You didn't touch me. You didn't, you know, with no verbal fallout. I don't even know who did it.
Yeah, then nobody speak up.
Right. But a nigga still say, who I told him. I don't know who did it, who I told him. But nigga still say, who you told?
You said after that you showed everybody love anyway.
Yeah, because that's the type of nigga I am. Like, those, see, that jail, bro, was full of drugs and drug addicts and vultures. So, you know, when you got somewhere that's getting in drugs, everybody gonna be broke. Either you hustling or you broke. And see, they had green dots. So niggas like can get green dots in.
For sure.
Man, I had my baby mama. I had 2 baby mamas with a green dot card. As soon as I got in the other dome. Yeah, made all that back 10 times more. And they over there buying from niggas over here. They sending the people in. I'm steady having to get rid of phones and all that, but I'm bouncing back every time.
Every time.
But the only thing was I couldn't get, they didn't have classes. I had city tickets. I had 3 misdemeanor marijuana charges. I didn't want to go back out with those charges. I wanted to get all that shit wiped off while I was in jail. If I couldn't go to a jail that had classes and get in those classes, I couldn't get those misdemeanors off. So I had to leave Tensor. I had to go. But other than that, I probably would have stayed because, like I said, it was full of drugs and thugs, and you know, I had got to the guard like this. She got me in a run around, gave me some head. Niggas was mad about that. Like them niggas be in jail fucking each other. I be in there fucking the women in there. Yeah. Dumb shit. Head in there. Or you don't visit. You know, and niggas can't stand that. Niggas can't accept that. So they come up with lies.
Is that off the reputation or you making money in there, or is it just how you
man, that just come. I would have got head broke with no money, with a broad bringing me the contraband to make the money, and would have got the head just because that's the type of nigga I was. That's what made me feel good. That's what I was saying. That's how I was feeling. Like even the guards knew that when a guard try to hit because of the nigga I was, I let her know, okay, this jail. Okay, you got this, you got that. Like, what you gonna do? What do I want? I want some head. I want to hit that ass. Yeah, definitely, that's what I want. Now, make that happen. Nigga, yeah, all in the Paris with him.
Man, did you ever do any time in Angola?
Nah. I was fortunate enough to duck Angola, because if I go Angola, they're gonna be permanent.
Oh, was that for the lifers?
Yeah, I know a few of them that went there without life, but you would probably end up with life before you leave that motherfucker.
Is that crazy?
Yeah,
man.
I don't even go to the rodeos, bro, and I know because I know too many people.
You said that while you was locked up, you got stabbed a few times.
Yeah, by some people that's probably in Angola.
Like, was it one particular situation, or this multiple?
Well, it was probably about 3 or 4 times, you know. But a couple times it was like hits, like niggas put hits on you, and say, okay, like, cause they got some niggas in jail like they hit men already, and so a nigga test him. Okay, all right, pop you off, go at him, cause I was like I say, I was a young nigga that was just earning stripes, like from Detroit. Like it never really panned out as far as in registering with the situation or the vicinity or whatever. It was just always survival all the way up until there, because this is from 16 to 18. And like, I went through all that, and right now, you got to be 18 to even go to the parish. So I was able to go at 16.
16 years old.
My whole 17 in the parish. And now these young niggas killing shit 17, and they still go to juvie. And I was in past foreign robbery, and was a partner. I was a partner connected to the partner who did the robbery. And the other one, I ain't had nothing to do with. I just knew who did it, bro. And the people said him.
Man,
so,
what?
So this is a lesson. This is something I want y'all young dudes to know, that y'all be in the hood and y'all figure like y'all own the hood and y'all clever and y'all smart, that the people ain't gonna get y'all. See, this is what they gonna do. They gonna get somebody else in the hood to get you, or somebody you don't even know, because they gonna come pick you up, put you in a car, drive you somewhere, and somebody gonna punch you out like you did it. And they gonna take you to jail. And they gonna book you, and they gonna put you in there. Either you gonna bond out or you gonna be in there. And you ain't gonna be done nothing but just been a nuisance in the hood, and they gonna be found out a way to trick you off the streets. And that's all they gotta do. Somebody over there, you ain't even gonna see them. They gonna say, yeah, somebody just pointed you out and said you did it. And you go to jail in Baton Rouge. That's how it go. That's how it went.
Would you understand somebody who didn't do the crime speaking up, if they in that lifestyle though? Because you know the backlash can come with that, like, you snitching, you could have just stayed
Speaking
silent.
up like what?
As far as like you said, so for example, you said you went away for a robbery that you didn't even commit.
Right.
But you knew the people who did it though.
And they told me they did it before the police came.
And I'm sure that they probably presented the opportunity for you to tell them the truth, or give somebody up. And like, that's what I'm saying. For example, you not even taking that though, not even doing that, just doing the time.
See, like I say, it was a mix of them wanting me off the streets anyway.
But I'm just saying, take you out the equation, just somebody in general.
Nah, I wasn't even thinking about saying who really did it. It didn't even cross my mind. It just came with the lifestyle.
Would you view that as snitching though?
Would I view that? Fucking right. They ain't get caught. I probably talked to him a couple times on the phone, and I didn't even want to talk about it, you know? I just was like, you know, like, shit, I'm in here. Like, I had done did about 20, 30 robberies by then. So, you know, like, I was homeless still. I was coming home. Well, I wasn't going home. I don't know where I was going, but I was leaving the club. And see, normally what I would do is I would be fresh enough and have enough money to get chosen. And, you know, I'm young, but I'm going home with women. They got houses. They got somewhere for me to sleep. And then, you know, like, it started 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, 4. Well, they don't know I'm living with them, or they don't know my situation, or not. I ain't done brought all that up. I'm just a street nigga trying to make it. And that's how I went. And just that night, I was leaving Turks, and, you know, ain't none of the ones I could go home with came. So I had to head back on 17, and I had passed 16 up. And I was going across Big Baby Car Wash. It was for luck then, but I was passing through there. So I don't know where I was going, you know, but they caught me right there. And they said, they put me in a car, and another car pulled up. And they said, them people said you robbed them. And I said, I know fucking well I don't look like now one of them motherfuckers that just told me I don't look like T-Boy and I don't look like Derek, rest his soul. I don't look like now one of them motherfuckers. Derek had 2 goals, I had 10. T-Boy ain't had none. So what the fuck they saw to make them say it was me? Nah, it was just the police wanting it to be me. And I was off the streets.
Man, damn, I was about to,
Bruh Stupid became Bruh Stupid. Then he was long head before I went off the streets. Because I used to make him earn his too. Like,
what you mean by
he
that?
used to have to come get me off from school, off the bus. I used to take niggas' clothes, all type of shit. Like I say, take. So, you know, he used to have to come see me like he was earning his name, but he was long head first. But by me being in jail so long, he had to cut up so bad, he was Bruh Stupid by the time I got out.
Man, so you was hustling and robbing.
I was surviving. I wasn't taking none of that shit personal. That's why I said I could have died, because I was surviving. That's the shit I try not to remember. Because it was survival tactics.
For sure.
And it was a borderline. It wasn't no, you know, like I was put in bad situations, but I make sure there ain't no gay shit, no funny shit, none of that go on. But other than that, it was survival.
I heard you say in an interview that like you was talking about you was going through all of that you was like, or Marlo Mike was similar to you as far as like how they did you, they did him. Like
Right.
really not having nothing on them, but they still arrested them. Then you see everything else kind of play out after the fact. Like, talk about that, bro.
Well, I mean, shit, I'ma just say like Marlo Mike, bro, he had a family, but his mom's, like, I don't know, like, why she wasn't mixing in with the rest of them, or if she had mental problems, but I know she didn't have no drug problems. So if anybody said Sita had drug problems, they lying. She didn't have any drug problems. Now I know she had men problems. And you know, sometimes men can be controlling, especially in South Baton Rouge at that time. Now I knew she used to have men problems, but once she got with Corey, she was straight and she just stayed with him. But anyway, like her children, like they like Marlo Mike was Dirty Mike. And when you go from Dirty Mike and your friends, they got Pretty Mike, who his mom took well care of him, Ursula, his Pretty Mike mom. And then they had Fat and Ken, who Michelle took well care of them. And Mel from Trill is Fat's daddy, just like Ken daddy. And so, you know, all basically Marlo Mike friends found some type of refuge to make their life better, for them to live good. So Fat them, they living good. Pretty Mike them, they living good. The other little ones in the hood, they living okay. But like Marlo didn't have, like his dad is famous around there, but for being a smoker. So he didn't have a dad to help him. You know, so I guess he embraced the y'all ain't finna be teasing me thing first.
Like how you talk
You know,
about
yeah, like, you know, but you know, times change. It ain't about fighting no more. You know, it's different way of earning the respect now. But it started like, okay, like we ain't finna go no further with this Dirty Mike shit. Because I can't have Fat, Lil Trill, and Pretty Mike and them calling me Dirty Mike. That shit is over with. So what he done was, due to the fact that he was fed up with the bullshit, and it was already shit going on in the hood that was involving his friends. So he was like, shit, I'm gonna take a stand and be all the way stand up. So if you play with me, you playing with your life. So it starts off like that. And then it goes to him proving himself. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Nah, He ended up at Boosie house from his own rep. Boosie let anybody come to his house. It wasn't about what you did or how you did it. It's just about what your rep was if you stood on business. And see, he was already known for standing on business. So he like, shit, standing on business, I get to Boosie, ain't no more Dirty Mike. So from day one, he was Marlo Mike. No more Dirty Mike. So he like, shit, I'm gonna live here. Boosie ain't gotta pay me. Boosie ain't paid me to do shit. So we gonna X that out the question. I'm trying to level up my life. I done went from the slums, the trenches, to living with Boosie. So guess what? I'd do anything to continue living like this. Because what got me here, I got myself here. Ain't no nigga tell me to do nothing. Ain't no nigga pay me to do nothing. Nigga just know my work and admired my work. So, I mean, like I say, badass, badass. The badass effect. Everybody wanted some of the badass effect. That's a street nigga with the resources where you ain't gotta struggle. You can get a little attention, get your dick sucked, all that. That's the badass effect. Every nigga in South Baton Rouge wanted that, man. When that man, bro, that man made a intro. Badass. Every nigga he named in that intro, he made hood famous. That nigga, I want to say, that nigga say, this for Lil Kevin, this for Lil Kevin, Trill, Mean Mug, Decky Boy, Rennie and Chubb, niggas like Frog who show love when the nigga was just a scrub, Lil Phat thing, DD, the whole block thing, G Street, Charmaine, all them names he named, all them streets he named became instantly hood famous. I've never seen that ever. That was the beginning of the Boosie Effect. Yeah, that's all it was. He just one man, a human, just like everybody else. Yeah. It was just the effect.
Yeah, you see the different documentaries they don't put together about him. You see how everything panned out with his case and him being supposedly Boosie's.
But see, because it go both ways. But they won't acknowledge the fact that it's just the Boosie Effect, man.
So what you think when people say Boosie led him the wrong way?
Man, bro, Boosie ain't started this shit. Boosie was born in this shit. Shit was already going on before Boosie. But like I say, Boosie just brought life to it, attention to it. What niggas who couldn't struggle, what like when niggas just in the struggle, it's different. But when you got some type of leeway, everybody want a piece of that leeway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Ivory, Ivory was one of the ones that really wasn't big on leeway. Ivory was big on friendship, bond, and communication and transparency. And their relationship started because I was in jail. But Ivory was my friend and Boosie was my friend. Well, Boosie was my new became friend because how he embraced me with the music.
After when Donkey
like he like saying I embrace, like I said, he come on, bro, I want you part of what I got going on. So I respect, I'm loyal to him today because of that. You feel what I'm saying? He ain't had to do that. He could have kept me on the outside, but he like, come on, bro. Like everybody else was oppositions. Like my niggas, Lee Lucas and them and the niggas I came up with, they was made niggas, but they had, something took them out of position to where we couldn't play our own part. So I was left dangling. I ain't had nothing. I didn't have nothing to build off or to keep going. Ain't no nigga give me nothing to leave me nothing to say, here you go do this. So guess what? Boosie said, come on, man. Before the streets take you under, come on.
Yeah. You said that's around, so that's like the early 2000s?
Probably 2000.
That's when Trill, and then they put, I know gangster music, ghetto stores.
Yeah, all them was after. I was back in jail by then. See, Boosie CD came out first.
That's the For My Niggas. Oh, which one is
Yeah,
that?
that was whichever one that was. It came out first, and then Ghetto Stories, then Gangsta Music.
Yeah, I remember that. What they had, they was going crazy with that. At that point in time, it seemed like that Bun B and Pimp C had like a hand in it. I know I heard them on a couple of songs and stuff like that, but
I got a pair of shoes from Bun.
were they linked to it?
And I met Pimp when he got out. But we was big then, so you know, Turk wasn't even going for that.
Okay.
Turk wasn't. You wasn't finna underman Turk. Turk wasn't having that. Once Pimp C got out, he wanted to let Pimp know that, you know, we was good. We was on our own. It ain't work out too good, but I still respect how it went.
So at one point in time, they did have some type of involvement with the label then?
I don't know. I just know that like Pimp and Bun was helping out niggas in the South anyway, because everybody had people who they help out. You don't see niggas from Baton Rouge signed to niggas in New York. You don't see niggas from Baton Rouge signed to niggas in California and all that. So, you know, people help out who they help out. So it was like, since Houston was in the door, they say, well, we gonna help out Louisiana. Since everybody else want to help out Atlanta or help out this state, we gonna help out Louisiana. So they helped out P and them, they helped out Cash Money and them. So I thought they was just doing the same thing with, you know, Trill that they did with everybody else. But, you know, Webby took Bun to #1. And it was a whole different thing then. I'm like, okay, Bun, I see you #1 with Webby. And I'm in the video. Good cameo.
Real good. Give me that.
Yeah. Our guy had just got out of jail. Real good cameo.
Classic.
Yeah, but Bun, you wasn't #1 on nothing that I saw before then. Not on no countdown.
Something like solo or even as UGK.
No, I'm talking about period.
Just period.
Like the level it went, because, you know, Bun ain't really had to do nothing, but he laced that bitch though.
Bun a legend, man.
He laced that bitch. I ain't gonna lie. He had that motherfucker jamming and he was still smooth and cool, and I'm like, yeah, but they was #1 and I was back in jail looking at it. #1.
Good cameo in the video.
and then Wobble Wobble came out, and there go Magic. He right there. He in jail with me. So we like, damn.
He was locked up with Mr. Magic.
Yeah, but he was rapping. It was his song, so I know he was feeling crazy. I just got a cameo, you know.
Man, I know he passed away.
Yeah, in a wreck, in an accident. Sorry, rest in peace, Mr. Magic and his wife. I never met her, but Mr. Magic was like a good friend. Like I say, bro, he was one of the ones that like Mr. Magic. I would say he'd been more like Juvenile on that type of New Orleans type of person, because like it means so much to him. Like the Ninth Ward meant so much to him, and cross the river and his dad, and, you know, the culture and walking, you know, like he would tell you a story just to talk about New Orleans and the good part about it. And I just loved that about that dude, bro. Like, man, that was a good dude, bro. And niggas was at his top when he first came in that cell, though.
What happened? You had to save him?
Yeah, I saved him. I ain't even gonna cap. I saved him. And I was proud to save him. But I ain't saying he was scared. He just wasn't. He wasn't socialized. See, he was in the parish in Baton Rouge. See, P had moved to Baton Rouge.
Yeah,
they tried to move No Limit to Baton Rouge. Yeah. So, you know, if the ones was thugging or whatever they was doing, or getting too many tickets or too many blunt charges, you going to that parish. And just so happened, you know, he was trying not to make a scene, and niggas like, okay, when that cell shut, see, they like. They might got 2 bunks open in the cell. And one of them is for the niggas who gonna wash drawers, and the other one for the nigga who gonna get turned out. And niggas ain't even gay that's turning you out. They just turning you out to wreck your life the rest of it. Might stick a broomstick up your ass, but you gonna be turned out before the morning come. And he was in that cell. And like, the niggas was whispering to me like, that's him, bro. I'm telling you, that's him. I see the 9 ward on his arm, and, you know, like, that's how hard they on him, because he's sitting up in the bunk with his legs crossed, like, you know, like, fuck it. It is what it is. When the rag back, I'm going to just laying over, go to sleep. So, you know, but niggas just coming in and out the cell, looking at him and shit, because he don't know he in the vulture cell. But he don't care because he know this jail. I ain't saying he was scared, but shit, he wasn't gonna, like, the niggas was gonna do what they was gonna do because they did it to everybody else that came in there. So what we had to do was we sent the nigga from out our cell in there, who they wasn't gonna do that to. Just for until we can sort it out. And then, you know, the next day a couple niggas, they checked a couple niggas out to get a few more open bunks. So they was serious, but you know, from that point on, me and Magic was just locked in.
Why would they want to do something to him though?
Like, they ain't had no picks. They wanted him to be him. If he would have came in there, night wall, Mr. Magic, boom, 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 da, 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 it wouldn't have never went like that.
He was being low key.
Yeah, he was just trying to, you know, be low key. You know, some niggas say, man, I got 60 days. I'm gonna do my list 60 days, but they fucked over you. They put you in a dungeon. Yeah, see, I was dungeon master at that time. They put him in a dungeon.
So he would have got raped if you didn't step in.
Right. Or something. He'd have fought, they'd have fucked him up, they'd have crowded, it'd have been 5-on-1. 6-man cell. Everybody in there know what time it is. And one of the niggas in there is the new recruit. So he trying to get revenge from what happened to him. So it's gonna go down because he gonna be the one that initiated. The last nigga that got turned out.
Did y'all ever talk about that? You
What?
and Magic?
Magic, he stayed back there. We did months back there. So he got to see it play out.
Damn.
Yeah, he was back there while niggas was getting turned out. We coming up with songs. You know, like he was teaching me how to do songs. I was just rapping and smashing shit. And he had songs, so he was like, man, if you write some songs, you're gonna be a bad motherfucker.
Did y'all ever battle?
Yeah, you already know I tore his ass up.
For real, for real?
Yeah, it was him. It was me, him, and Trouble. Rest in peace, Trouble. And he fucked around and signed Trouble. I say, see, that's how the game be against me and be with me. Because they got people that's still around that was in there. And we used to even go outside and rap against other domes, and I used to have to do all the winning because only thing he'll have is A4. It been hurting because we locked down. These my motherfucking rounds. You know, he came up with a little hook and shit. So, you know, and I'd be the vulture to go do all the, you know, freestyle assassination, rapping for 10 minutes until everybody put up, you know. So, but when we got out, he had a club called the Boom Boom Room on Gardell Lane.
That's in Baton Rouge or New Orleans?
Yeah, Baton Rouge.
Oh, bro.
And he was up building and this shit. And like at first when he was over there, I never met him, but a guy I knew met him, and he was telling me about how he was coming along with his shit, and then I went to jail and he ended up in jail and all that. So by the time he get out, his shit already finished.
Oh, okay.
It's not booming yet, but it's jumping, you know.
I got you.
So the DJ play my song. Now that's how hot my Sluttastic song was. You know your song hot when it travel without you, when you ain't got to tell them to play it. The DJ played my song, and that nigga Trouble said that was him. Boy, I felt good. Boy, I felt good. Because me and this nigga Trouble was, my first jokes, me and this nigga battled on the table in the cold way up north for hours. And they had niggas that was just watching, you know, like, this was amazing. That was amazing. Because like I say, it was all freestyling. You know, Trouble had some nice shit. But when you got a mad freestyler, it ain't no win. You got to know how to freestyle. So Trouble gave me hell in Independent. I forgot the name of that jail, the P Farm. And shout out to Bleed. Bleed was there. Tim was there.
Young Bleed?
No, Bleed Elsie said it, my partner Bleed. The street Bleed. You know, even though Young Bleed from the streets too, but they got a Northdale Bleed, him. And you know, like, he was back there, a few more niggas, Reynolds, Jason. And you know, they was, you know, like, we really was getting it in. And like, you know.
That's what's up.
For that nigga to say that my song was him, I didn't even tell him it was me. I waited till I performed it. And when I finished performing, he wasn't nowhere to be found. Then before you know it, it was just, I seen him, Roy Jones, and Trouble had a CD.
Oh, that body
Headbangers.
Yeah, body headbangers. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, look at Trouble. Because Trouble was raw.
Yeah.
But then, you know, they just, I don't know what happened. But if we fast forward today, Mr. Magic died in an accident. Trouble died in an accident. 2 whole different separate times, 2 whole different occasions. And who's still here? The Dome Doctor. That's crazy.
And they both had situations with labels. Yeah. I mean, you had your own situation. I guess it didn't pan out the way you would have liked for it to, though.
Right.
But before we get to that,
it.
it's one more person, man. You said you was locked up with Soulja Slim.
Soulja Slim, yeah.
I don't know how you ended up being locked up with Soulja Slim.
Me neither.
When you went,
we was in a dungeon. I mean, we wasn't in a dungeon. We was in lockdown cells. So that's not basically the dungeon, but some people call lockdown the dungeon. But I guess he had got popped with contraband, and I had got popped with contraband. So you know, they threw me in there, and he was in there. And you know, at first he was like, he was upset because he didn't want nobody in there. He told you that? No, that's how he was acting. Like, I done been in, you know, cells before. You can tell when a nigga don't want nobody in the cell with him because they gonna go to saying shit through the door, and when other people come out into the free man and all that, you know. So it was a day or 2 of that at first. But then, you know, once cards and snacks and free people hollering and giving shit and other niggas that been there saying big head, woo, 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 then it just, you know, we became like brothers. Yeah, we did some rapping, but we did less rapping than anything. Like we got it on, but like he was more set on getting out and getting back to the business because his business was going bad. I wasn't at no bad business at that point when I was in the cell with him. Yeah, I was still surfing.
Any Soulja Slim stories, man? Like as far as like with y'all being around each other, because I don't heard like the stories about him too.
No, he just. I'ma just say, bro, that he was just cutthroat. Like his stories was cutthroat stories, and about like people he fucked over, people that fucked over him, people he was gonna fuck over, and he was a mama's boy, and you know, like his mama did a lot of handling his business. And I want to say his sister was a lit girl, but I managed to speak to him, say, hey, how you doing? And, you know, same thing. I don't know if he talked to my mom, because I don't know if I talked to my mom, but the people that I did talk to, because we shared the hall time together. When we went out, we had to use the phone and take a shower. Yeah. So we had to figure out how to do both of them the time we was out there. So we worked together.
Man, Big Head, if you you locked up in the same cell as somebody who you said is cutthroat, was pretty much like a slimy person, like a get over on you. Did y'all ever have any altercations or any like situations like that occur?
What you talking about, like with
Soulja Slim? Did
just when we got out, just some dice shit, but not in jail, because it was just me and him. You know, there wasn't nothing to hide, wasn't nothing to cut though. It was just me and him. Like, sure. You know, he didn't say he was somebody he wasn't. He said who he was, but he didn't have to display none of that. Not when we sharing zoos and gambling and, you know, smoking cigarettes and joints and shit. You know, it's different. You know, so it was different. But I'm going to say something that I ain't said on no interview. I never did. And I'm going to say this to enlighten everybody. Now, this is a AHumbleSoul exclusive right here. Diddy used to have parties in New Orleans, Super Bowl parties. And who went to one? The Dome Doctor in New Orleans. And it's crazy because who went? Ivory. Dead. Yacht. Dead. Steel. Dead. Ace. Dead. Me, DJ, Jock, a couple more people still alive. But Diddy had parties in New Orleans with famous celebrities and stuff. And I used to just like, you know, try to, because I didn't meet Diddy that time. I saw Diddy, but I met Diddy at the Centralplex. So Diddy actually came to Baton Rouge and was at the Centralplex. I don't recall him performing, or either I was sneaking in and didn't get in to see him, but I met him outside because I was the type of nigga I had hip hop culture, so I'm out there by the tour buses and vans for the concerts anyway. So you know, I was that type of nigga. But Diddy had a party in New Orleans, and celebrities was there in New Orleans. You know, a couple of them. So I just want to hear some of those stories about those parties in New Orleans, because he definitely had some.
Did you witness or experience anything?
I went to one.
I'm talking about, did you experience anything crazy at the party?
No, but I met a certain celebrity who I promised, who I'm not going to say I signed an agreement, but I said I wouldn't speak on her. But I managed to, like I say, with my gift of gab, I pulled me one and slid off. So I didn't really get to see what was going on. And it wasn't like a wild party. It was a Super Bowl party. So it was different. It wasn't based on all white and niggas with shit stains and all that. Nah, it was just niggas fresh shining, putting on, and people from New York and some celebrities who all came to the Super Bowl.
Oh, for sure. Now that's 100, man. Well, getting back, it's one more thing you said about the whole Trill. You said, I mean, at that point it wasn't bad business, so you never put out an album on Trill, but you obviously collaborated with a lot of different, you know what I'm saying, people on the roster, a lot of different label mates. You went on tour.
So I'm glad, I don't want to cut you off, but I gotta cut you off because this how that went. I never put out an album. No, I never put out a video. But this what I think has something to do with it. Me being the last nigga to hear the beats. We had producers, but the producers gave the beats to who they wanted to give them to, or who they was instructed to give them to. And who would be the last one to hear them or get them was me. So I always got the last dibs on the tracks. So that might have played a part in why I couldn't get an album out so fast, but I definitely had 100 songs done.
Yeah.
And was customizing songs. What kind of song you want me to do? Boom. What? Okay, boom. I'm do what you want to say, boom. Nigga say, if you do, when you mixtape done, we're going to get you a call. I did it in one day. And then the nigga who was recording me needed a break, so we finished the next day. But I did it in one day. The whole mixtape.
They got you the car?
Yeah.
What kind of car they get you?
A Cadillac. But it was so much shit with that, bro. I ended up giving it away to my partner Big London. Rest in peace.
Damn. So man, did you bump heads with the CEOs? Like what is it? Damn, Mel and Turk. Did you?
Yeah, no, we didn't bump heads. I just was too. I ain't gonna say desperate, but I had them put in too much work, as far as in with the streets and with jail and with life and all that. And I thought they knew that, you know, like from our conversations and where I'm coming from and who I knew, who they knew and all that. I thought they knew that, so I thought they knew I was in need, you know. And I wasn't only in need, I needed to help the people who've been trying to help me all up until that point. So I was in double need. So I thought they would understand that, but they like, no, this business. I'm steady asking. Every time we talk, I'm asking, man, let me get something, man. I'm nigga like, man, be cool, man. Let me get something. So nigga, man, okay, here go 100, here go 200. Man, what the fuck is that? We rappers. I'm still stuck with the fact if one eat, we all eat. Or if, you know, if something come out of this shit is up, or you know, I'm still stuck in the real nigga conversation. So, you know, I'm like, I'm holding them to that. See, that was the thing. I was holding them to that. I wasn't letting them get around that, hit me with the, but bro, this how business go, bro. And I knew it, and I had to accept it. But I was like, nope. I'm going back to the streets with it. I'm holding you to your street credibility. Handle it like you're supposed to handle it. I'm holding you to your street credibility. And they like, well, shit, we just gonna bag about the streets. Let you know it's all business.
Did you sign any paperwork? Or was it more so like a handshake agreement?
Oh man, I signed 3 contracts.
With Trill.
They had the new contract, the medium contract, and the life contract.
Hey,
but
and nothing changed your life. Oh, go ahead.
But I want to say though, like I got off though. Like I want to say they feel like we'll let you off before we go through anything with you. Like you ain't even worth it. We'll let you, because they don't let artists go. You know, some motherfuckers, you got to go through so much shit. But I was just worth something, and it was like shit. We're just, because they had them developed.
Yeah.
My position got filled in by Phat because me and Phat from the same neighborhood. Yeah. We from the same street. We know the same stories, the same people. So what I'm gonna say? Like he young, he fresh, he got more turk, he torque, and he's more closer. So
Yeah.
I ain't finna sit in there and Phat wanted me to make it. So it was like, you want me to make it, but I know you gonna make it. So I'll let you make it. Because you from my hood. You feel the way I feel. You love who I love. So I'll let you make it because I know you gonna get me in. I know you gonna look out for me. You already sliding me money. Talking about be cool, but be cool. Here, wear this. I don't even want it. Wear this. Because he got whatever he wanted. He got whatever outfit he wanted.
Yeah.
So
one of the CEOs, his father.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
So I'm like, and he like,
and it still didn't work out for you.
And the second time, it was Phat who came and got me. Like after Boo.
First time Boosie, second time
Yeah,
Phat.
now it's Phat. And I'm like, hold on, Phat, what you got to do with this? So the second time he was just like, man, that's my daddy. What? That's your daddy? Oh, I'm all in. Shit. And I don't know him. If that's your daddy, apparently he done looked out for me somewhere because your whole family at some point in time done looked out for me. Because we like family. I'm like I said, I'm struggle baby number 1. So the whole hood done looked out for me at some point. Like during them homeless days and shit. So, I'm like, I'm feeling honored either way the cut go. Like I say, okay, cool. I can be part of something. I can help my hood. I can help my people. I can do this. I can say that. I can. And shit, now I'm still trying. Now I feel like they either don't want my help, don't appreciate my help, don't need my help. One or the other.
So what about the third time? You said 3 different contracts. Or you just hypothetically speaking or metaphorically with the life contract?
Well, I think one of them was had to be about that movie because I ain't got nothing for the movie. So there must have been, I signed my rights away to the movie.
Yeah, you was in the scene when I think Webby pulled up at
Yeah, definitely.
And you stuck the bird up at
See, I was making my way. I was more involving myself in the movie, like using my head. They just, like good actors act. They don't just go off the script. So I was like, shit, just put me in a part, a scene, and I'm going to make sure I get my act on.
Oh, so they didn't tell you to do that, throw the middle finger?
No, hell no. I wasn't even supposed to say nothing to nothing. I'm coughing and all kind of shit to get in that scene, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, there's one song I want to ask you about, and Boosie on the beginning of it, he say big head. I know you have. I think he said, I know you happy to be
down the cause head.
Yeah. But I'm talking on the end when he said that on the beginning of the song, and then you on the song with him. Do you remember like that session, dog? Y'all put that song together.
Yeah.
Talk about that, dog. That's a classic.
Okay, well, Boosie was probably in jail for a week or a weekend, and I had just been in jail for some years. So with all the songs that I was laying down. Keep in mind, this beat still missed me. When I got out of jail, Boosie was in jail.
It still didn't get to you.
I still didn't get this beat. So he managed to get out of jail, get to the studio, hit his beat, and make Touchdown to Cause Hell. So he like, okay, but they letting him know, okay, well, it's only natural we're gonna put Big Head on this song. So he was already, like I say, he was honored. If his shit would have just went good like he would have did more to help me. I know he would have. But once problems came into the equation, everybody was just trying to make sure their situation was okay.
Yeah.
So, but when he like, you know, I know you happy to be home, man. I just came home on some bullshit. Like, he already just ran that. That was already there. And he you know, so I'm like listening. Touchdown calls hell, touchdown calls hell. I'm like, you know, this shit is serious. And it's like, I like the way, especially how the beat was, how the highs was coming back with his flow. And he like, and I'm like, oh shit, this nigga here styling on me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go light on him, but I'm gonna still make them all say this nigga is really him, because from there it was say Big Head is going down in the SSB, so it go down from 4 up to 4 down. So I'm like, okay, now on this verse here, I gotta come harder than that, because time done passed. I done been to jail, so that's when I just touched down. Y'all happy to see me, trying to get back on track and operate freely. Now, when he came back to hear it, he had Junior and them with him, and Kirby, you know, the original crew. He had all them niggas with him. When they came back to actually hear me on that bitch, and like, they wanted to tell him, but I was so proud of the actual collab and the supporting. I was hoping that they didn't get judgmental, but the vibe had turned into, yeah, Boo, he got you on that bitch. But Boo didn't get a fair chance, I will say. Like he was already on it. It ain't like I listened to his shit, but he was already on there. He knew what was coming, but like, I didn't want them to be judgmental and say like, nah, he got you. No, because like, this all Boo. I'm going off the alley-oop. But that look that was going on amongst his circle, cause I wasn't even allowed to really bring my circle. So it was just me. I had to thug it out, you know. Man. You know, so they circles became my circle.
Why they treat you like the stepchild? It sound like
because when you have a stepchild life, like I say, it had more. It wasn't about my talent. My talent was top tier. It was everything else. It was my looks, my appearance, my educational level, my family support, my transportation. You know, it was all those things that when you see, you can't be lacking all that and still think you're gonna get that limelight, you know, that like you got that look, you know, because you know that's more. They got to build up your structure, but it belonged to you. Yeah. See, when they build you, that's you. So they're like, nah, when you got to build your own self.
So around what time did you just throw in the towel completely with Trill?
Shit, I would probably say around when they went to trying to do a Trill Fam 2.
So after that, you cut ties.
I was like, I wasn't. Well, it was really a money situation that really made me cut ties. This nigga Turk ride in the studio on a big stupid dually mobile, Dinosaur Kruger Z3 23,000 motorcycle. Yen, 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 yen. And I'm like, we doing it like, I respect the 745s, the Bentleys, the Cadillac Escalade, all that. I respect all that. I get it. That's how I go. And I'm riding in shit, I'm winning off shooting dice and shit, you know. But I'm like, I get it. That's how I go. But when he rolling that beat, yen, 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 on a motorcycle, that he said he paid $60,000 for, 60. I don't know, you know, I didn't know nothing about lease. I still never leased the car. Every car I had to buy. I don't got no credit. So I didn't know nothing about leasing nothing or nothing. So he just come in, yen, 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 yen. That motherfucker was long and pretty and gorgeous. And you know, like nobody had no bike vibes up until then, you know? So when I saw the bike, I'm like, why? He like, you know, he gassing it. So I'm gassing with him. I'm saluting. I'm happy for you. Yeah, that's what's up. Look here. Look here. Let me holler at you. Look here. Man, just throw me 10 grand, bro. 10 grand. And however it go, it go. Nigga like, I'm gonna holler at Mel and we gonna see. And then like, When we had that conversation, the 10 grand wasn't in it. So I said, fuck it.
Damn, $10,000.
10,000. That's all I mean, and all that had passed.
And they millionaires.
Probably, I don't know.
I'm talking about at that time.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Probably.
Oh, okay.
Because they had gangster music and ghetto stories. I don't know if it grossed $1 million, but it should have, especially independent.
Yeah, Boosie and Webby.
Yeah, and they had the CD that Boosie put out on his own. But the thing wasn't none of that my work. I didn't earn none of that money. See, I wanted some money for being down.
You ain't get no payments for the features?
Nuh-uh. Or the royalties. That's what I'm saying. I wanted, but see, that's part of the contract where you don't get. See, they might say, well, okay, we're going to sell a CD. This CD talk. I don't even know how to stream it and all that shit go. But this CD talk, okay, we're going to sell a CD for $10. You get $1. Fuck it, that's good. Shit, I sell 100,000, I got 100,000 dollars. I sell $1 million, I got $1 million. I sell 50,000, I got $50,000. So you looking at it like that. But they to leave off the part, but we gotta add you in on this for you to qualify for that dollar. We gotta put you in promotion percentage, manufacturing percentage, distribution percentage, features percentage, beat man percentage. We gotta take all those percentages out of your dollar. Your dollar. Not none of these other dollars, just your dollar. Because it's for you. So then you look at it like, if I don't sell enough, I'm in the hole.
Yeah, you in the red like a mother.
So now I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We ain't even got to put out no CD on me. Because only thing I understand is I'm going to be in the hole if that's the case.
Man, I'm just thinking like you having that reputation and that you down with Trill, so I'm sure like the average person on the outside looking in is expecting for you to look a certain way, live a certain way, have a certain type of bank account, and that's not what it is in reality. Though.
Right, and that was more of the part that I had to deal with, that I needed them to understand, is I had to live through it. Now, if I didn't have to live through it, I could have dealt with it a little better. Like it was easy to deal with in jail because I was in jail. You know, I didn't have to show and prove or take care of this or take care of my children and all that. Everybody being lenient, but when I get out there, expecting it more so.
For sure.
So it's like, shit, now when I get out, I got to deal harder because I got more things that I have to do besides rap. I got to live like a rapper.
So you was 1 foot in, 1 foot out the entire time?
Yup, definitely. But the thing was, I wasn't selling crack. So it was like, if I was selling it, I was selling weight. And I was selling it to trustworthy niggas or fronting it to niggas to just, you know, get off it, you know? And or I had sales that'd come get it, and I knew who to get it from, win, make a couple hundred, couple thousand out the middle. So, you know, I do some shit like that. But basically, it was basically like weed or whatever, however, you know?
Man, if you could guesstimate what you made throughout your entire time on Trill, what would you say, bro?
Oh, shit. My entire time, what I made on Trill.
I guess the exposure is priceless, or just that, but that don't pay the bills, though, necessarily.
It depends. See, I'm going to ask you this, and then we're going to go from there. Do you think you being here today got anything to do with me being with Trill? Honestly.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, that for you saying that means I'm still making money today
for sure
off Trill. So I can't complain.
Nah, for sure.
Because that means, well, I make more now than I did then. I make more outside of Trill than I made from Trill. But like I say, it's because of Trill. Yeah. So I still gotta say, I'm still making off Trill. Shout out to Trill. I'm still earning off Trill.
Man. Yeah, man. You mentioned one of the members that y'all grew up on the same street, or he was on the same street as you, Lil Phat.
Yeah.
Were you still locked in with him or communicating with him at the time of his passing?
I was locked in with him to the end. You know, it was just a few things that got, you know, might have put a little space between us, but the feeling as far as it succeed and make it, that never left. Because see, it's like this here, like I say, everybody was at Boosie house, so we took it to Boosie house. And we continued. Like, I continued the same. I was the same nigga. Like I say, this is my new family. These niggas like family. I ain't had no family. The family I had, you know, we was all struggling. So this is different. So, you know, now we at Boosie house every day. In Boosie's studio. You know, so the relationship is continuing. And then basically when Boo went to jail, that's when all the extra fell, because that weight, Boosie was carrying that weight. He was carrying all the broke niggas, or the niggas who was 1 foot in, 1 foot out trying to make it. You know, like, he came up with a little situation. Now Ivory had his situation, but Ivory was in jail, and then, you know, like I say, I'm a reason that relationship came about, because I was in jail, and Boosie was saying, my dog Big Head, he will be back. And Ivory, like, I respect that. So any friend of Big Head, a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And there it went.
No, for sure, man. But you said, so you was locked in with him till the end, though. It sounded like his story was similar to yours. I guess he just didn't make it out of that, because if he
it happened to him too fast, because he was still a kid. Like, Fat got into the kid.
Yeah.
Like it was so easy for him to get in to where he was still a kid. It ain't like he growed up and got in. He was still a kid. He was still the same dude who came and said, my daddy, he was still him, just probably a year or two later. See, he wasn't rapping at first. He was just, you know, like when he came to me, he wasn't rapping. But after you put out a Webby, a Boosie, another Webby, shit, he done grew up some. He done been around it. Some of the residuals done hit him. So he ready to live like it. So hey, he just came on out. And I'm like, that's what's up.
Well, I'm talking about as far as like the outcome, though. Like overall, what they say, what led to his death, though.
Man, I don't know, bro, because I feel like on the south side part of it, like, shit, he had niggas that'll ride for him that's gonna ride. Regardless, don't give a fuck where you at, who you is, none of that shit mean nothing. Nigga ain't gonna never let that shit go. But with the rap shit, it get let go, you know, because it's a business. And it's like, I don't know if he went outside the rules or, you know, he went outside the business, because if that's how it went, they look at it like, bro, you ain't had that to do.
You have to do
that's how higher power looking at it, you know, like you said, you disrespected all what we got going, all we built for you to do your own thing. And you know, that's kind of sort of how he wanted to be, because by him coming in as so young, he heard a lot of your daddy, your daddy, your daddy, your daddy, your daddy. And he was like, man, I don't want to live under that umbrella, nigga. I'm from the South, nigga. I was going to be this nigga regardless if it was my daddy or not. It's just my ambition and who I wanted to be. So, you know, he didn't want to live under that my daddy, my daddy, my daddy umbrella. So, you know, he wanted to, Fat was like a nigga. Fat was nigga's daddy. And he was a lit nigga, and he was nigga's daddy.
What you mean when you say that?
Like how he was taking care of niggas and looking out, and, you know, yeah, he was nigga's daddy. Yeah, definitely.
Man, you mentioned Ivy, too. Is it
Ivy. Ivy Smith.
But it sounds like you were saying Ivory, too, though.
It's Ivy. Ivy-Y.
Yeah,
Some people
like,
say Ivory, but it's Ivy.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah. It sounded like you were saying Ivy.
So,
but you met him before Boosie?
Yeah, man, Ivy was like best friends. We was childhood friends. So, you know, it was like, we was adult friends too. But it was more, see, once we was adults, he was in it. Like, my struggle, like I say, my struggle always remained, because it wasn't just me. You know, like some niggas can come up and really be up because they people already be straight. So all they got to do is get up and be up. So, you know, like, once he got up, it wasn't, I was still kind of like, you know, struggling or, you know, trying to make it work or, you know, scoring list shit and doing, you know, jacking and shit. So, you know, it's like, shit, he was looking out.
So he was like a big dog?
Yeah, he didn't want to be my big dog because he already knew that I was the big dog. Like, you know, but it was a whole different era. And he, like he said, he wasn't trying to be bigger than nobody. He was just trying to be himself. He wasn't trying to compare himself to nobody. He was just wanted to be him. Like, we used to go on drills and I used to be just trying to show him how hard life was. And good thing we didn't kill nobody, but he took that and started, you know, I used to have to stop him from killing people because that's how his attitude was. And he already had a brother that was a real gangster, so he was trying to fall under that umbrella too. So I was, like I say, not on my watch. So I might punch a nigga in this shit, stomp a nigga out to stop him from killing him because I was bigger than him. Like, I had to go to his school and fight some niggas to stop him from killing him. Because that's the only thing he could have did. So I'm like, no, bro, there's other way we could get around it. Or a nigga might steal his bike or something, and he feel like that it's personal. And I'm like, nah, we're going to go get it back. We're going to go shake every nigga down. We're going to go take nigga's bike. We're going to go do all that. But we ain't got to kill nobody behind no bike. You know, and it kind of like, I got him past teenage years. Like that. Because that's the type of time he was on. Like, I said, I'll be your big brother because your big brother is a 100% gangster. He not even finna get in no shit if it ain't got nothing to do with killing nobody. So, or fucking nobody up off the flap. So, you can't even bring this to him. You can't even, if you want to be your own man, you can't even bring your problems to him because he gonna solve it for you. So, it's like, Bucket put me in position to solve problems for his little brothers and them because I hung with him.
Is his brother still around?
Nah, he dead. All of them dead. Rest in peace, Bucky, Kamal German, Ivy Smith, Tavar Smith, to Lawrence Smith. All of them dead. Just Kiki left. They sister.
Man. That's crazy, man. So you connected to a lot of people, man. You got any
That's why I be saying, bro, I'm really that nigga, bro. And that's why I be saying I'm that nigga. Because I don't really see nobody else been in so many different positions and places and struggles and, you know, good, high, low, here, there, jail, street in one lifetime, bro. Man, that's why I be trying to get it off because it be unbelievable.
I want to ask you this, man. With you expressing how loyal you are, you know, you said like Trill and then Boosie, his household, like that was a new family for you. How did you feel when you saw him getting dissed by Nussie, man? Because I understand you had some type of connection to him too. Did that place you in an interesting position?
See, the dissing wasn't direct at first. It was just more. See, the older people didn't look at it as it being nothing to take personal. The industry and the young people start taking shit personal. So nothing was designed to be took personal. Like Big Daddy Kane never took nothing Kool Moe Dee said personal. Kool Moe Dee never took nothing LL Cool J said personal. Jay-Z never took nothing Nas said personal. Like, it never was designed to be personal, and that's what the older people knew. So it was cool for us, well, I thought it was, to diss each other. And if we was talking about killing or whatever, that's just what we talking about. But we know this is rap. But then they start getting a little too personal with it. And that's why I say I'm going to do my own thing. Because I'm going to say what I'm going to say regardless, because I'm trying to make it. So I can't refrain from saying this or just say that, because you might have to look a certain way to make gospel music and get accepted. You might have to know a certain amount of education to be articulate rapper, you know, but to be a reality rapper, all you got to do is just be on some real factual shit. And if you got a lot of shit to say, you just saying what, you know, giving people what they want to hear. Some want to hear, some don't. But if it's enough to benefit off it, hey, let's go. I didn't live. It's a good thing I lived through all that shit because that give me something to tell.
Yeah.
That might make my story interesting for 5-10 more years to tell, you know? So
Well, it seemed like it got serious though.
definitely.
I mean, he ended up getting killed. I'm not saying it's actually related to that, but I know he put out the Nussie badass and all of that, man, like really mocking him and talking about him in the interviews. But none of that bothered you though, did you?
Nah, it
Like,
didn't.
yeah.
It didn't because I knew that it didn't bother. I knew that it really didn't bother neither one of them. I knew that it didn't bother neither one of them. And the crazy part is that the more Trill prevailed and I didn't, the more people wanted to see me prevail. So they started helping me. You know, like, it'll be somebody like Nussie that'll give me a talk and find a way to shoot me something to get me back in rap mode. What? You know, it might have took somebody like Marquise to just front me something when I was to the head, you know, and ain't gonna come back and sweat about the bread because he know the life that I'm living. You know, it took niggas like that. So it was like I can't dish y'all neither. And I'm loyal to Boo, but I can't dish y'all. I can't expose y'all hand. I can't backdoor y'all. I can't hate on y'all. I can't do none of that because my life went how it went for me to make it to this point.
Damn, so you actually still was cool with him while he was dissing Boosie?
I talked to him about it. And see, like Nussie is a real, like Nussie know what to say. Like you might think you finna ask him something and you're gonna jam him up with what you say, but his answer gonna be real quick and it's gonna be accurate to what you say, but it's gonna be acceptable through the rules of the game. You know, the code. It's like, okay, you live by the code, right? You live by the, you know, like it's gonna be acceptable through that code. Yeah, I was part of the nigga when he, like I had years in with Nussie, years before Boosie. Like Nussie grew up around me. I grew up around him. Like when he was jacking Medium, when all that shit he was talking, I was actually around while he was doing that, while he was actually going through that, even though he continued doing it, but I was around when he was young doing it, when he was frail, you know, when he was always a lit nigga, but I'm talking about when he was real little and, you know, it was unbelievable. You know, like Nussie from the South, he went to Easy Town and just, I guess with the mind frame he had and the guts and the nuts, he went over there and claimed it, took the street over, got a house and a business on the same street and went with his move. But I went over there plenty times. I went over there, yeah. And I went over there and with ambition to make something. Well, if a nigga say, come holler at me, I ain't thinking about if some fuck shit happen, just happen. But like I say, I'm trying to make my life work, so I'm going. Nigga say, man, I got something for you. I'm going to get it. Yeah, let me get it.
Oh, okay, so when you say you went over there to talk to him, it was about that. It wasn't more so about what he was doing.
No. It done been time I done talked to him just about that.
Oh, too? Okay.
But see, when you really know what's going on, see, what's understood don't need to be explained. So don't no nigga owe you no explanation if you really know what's going on. So I was just more so like, look, this what I would prefer. I ain't even finna try to get that in it to where I'm feeling like I'm trying to press nobody. But this what I prefer. If you ain't had nothing to do with Ivory's situation, just leave that out your raps. That's all I was saying. Like, just let that go. Let that part go. Because I don't want people to think that you have nothing to do with that. So, but you do. Because you knowing all that helps. Just like how people do shit on the internet now. That's all that was. tactics. You know, get rich schemes. He got a deal. He was getting money. He was getting paid for shows. His CD was hot. He passed me right on up. You feel me? With his tactics. The risk he took. Passed me right on up. I ain't Trill. Him, Skullduggery, passed me right on up. I knew Skull. Skull used to want me to rap for him, rap with him, get on song. Him and Delmas was cool. Delmas my big dog. And Nussie them passed me right on up. And I'm saluting.
Yeah.
Big Mike, me and Big Mike, we tried to work it out. Michael Charles, Big Fancy. Yeah, King Fancy, yeah. I'm just watching them all pass me right on up. And I'm saying to myself, fuck, bro, what is it? I know I rap, I can out-rap the whole fucking city. What is it? Say, is it because I'm from Detroit? What is it, bro? And they just passed me up. But then, like I say, I sit back here and they be gone, and I have to talk about them to keep their name alive because people are just closed the book on them. So I just talk about them to keep their name alive, their legacy alive, or what they did do, or who they did help. It don't got nothing to do with hurting nobody. It be about the help, the shit that niggas did looking out for niggas.
Yeah.
That I recognize, that I respect, what I acknowledge niggas for.
Yeah, and then I see he ended up making like the badass entertainment and all of that. And I ain't really saw Webby too much. I know they were saying like he had went crazy or he was on drugs and all that.
Webby just basically, Webby had one of those times where he fuck around and fell, bro, and hit his head. And his head started to give him seizures. And they started putting him on seizure medicine, and he wasn't supposed to drink, and he was still trying to drink with it for a little while. But once he stopped drinking, and then after a while, the seizures stopped. So, at this point, it's like, do I want to try to go back down that road and go through all that shit again, or just thank God that I'd have made it to this point and just try to go from here?
Just getting back to it, man. We took a brief intermission. Before we left off, you was talking about like Webby, and if you thought that he was gonna come back to the game, he was pretty much saying he's at a different point in his life right now, or something like that.
Webby.
What's up with Webby, man?
It's like he took a fall, and he had to like slow down a little bit. He had to slow down, moving around. He had to stop flying, and he had to stop drinking, because I want to say it was like because of headaches that lead to seizures, or feel like seizures, but headaches. So, he slowed down, and he focused more on himself, his health, religion, things like that. And, he wanted to build himself back up as a person, strong, whole, first, before he actually, tried to go back at it like he was going at it. And maybe he feel like he's just at peace where he at now. But I still think he can do it if it was for to be done, especially with my help and, Fox help and Boosie help. I think that we can put out something that's worth buying today, because we all still in tune with what goes on in the streets and the lingo, and that's basically all you got to do is know how to match the lingo and make that. They give you more words to rhyme with.
Yeah, and the beats too, the production.
Cause we used to say gun, and now they got gun, tool, rod, blicky,
pipe.
Yeah, pipe. You can. So just think, you got so many ways you can make words rhyme now, because same word, they got 10 words for each definition for each word. So yeah. That just builds my vocabulary.
Like knowing that he took a fall, Webby I'm talking about, like actually fell and hurt himself. But you at a point in time, it was the rumors online that he was out of his mind, he was on drugs real bad, and that's what led him to taking a hiatus from the music. Like, what did you think, knowing what really was going on behind the scenes?
I just know like that a lot of them, all of them, got old souls and old minds, wiser than they may seem. So a lot of that internet shit ain't gonna bother them, because they've been through real situations before the internet and handled it accordingly. So they know internet shit is just internet shit. So Webby basically, like, you know, that just be talk, because when you and you got motion and you got, you know, resources and you got females, you got all that right at your hand, you could just turn all that hating shit off and live your real life and be cool with that. So, you know, that player can play a part in it too. Nigga be ducking the bullshit and just living their life.
Oh, that's 100, man. Well, hopefully he'll come back, man. You know, that'll be hard, like a little dream team type project. You, Fox, Webby, and Boosie.
Yeah. Especially with everybody talking about how good they is and big threes and this city and that city, man. I like I say, bro, we can do it if they want to do it. Cause I know I want to do it, but I do it with their children if I have to. That's how bad I want to do it. I do it with Lit Savage, with Trey Savage, Tootie Raw,
And Poison
Ivy, and me. Shit, I do it with them, man, and be honored and be hanging in there with them like I'm their age. I promise you.
Nah, for sure.
I promise you.
Nah, for sure.
So if Webby don't want to do it, come on, Trey.
Yeah. And
If
just
Boosie don't want to do it, come on, Tootie Raw. I already got a song, I'm bad like Boosie and raw like Tootie.
Yeah. Nah, that's 100, man. Big head, bro. It's definitely been, you know, dope to chop it up with you, man. Hopefully we'll be able to get another one in, because I know it's probably going to be some more questions to come to mind.
Yeah, because see, that humble soul thing, I just can gravitate to that, because humble is a part of my survival, being humble. So I'm definitely a humble soul, bro, because I have a lot of rage and, you know, I ain't going to say anger, but, you know, situations and skeletons and all that built up. But, you know, humble, just from the word humble and the definition and seeing people live it out, humbled me, you know. So I'm honored to be part of the, you know, cast of the Humble Soul interviews, and, you know, hope we got more to come. And I do want everybody to go download my new project, I'm the Papy, you heard me. And I want to shout out AJ on the track, he producing tracks on there. Freddie Retro, he producing tracks on there. Kenzie on the track, he producing tracks on there. My nephew, Booyah Dots, he producing tracks on there. 36, Dre, he producing tracks on there. You know what I'm saying? 18 tracks on there. And 9 tracks on the mixtape. Both of them out right now. So y'all make sure y'all go check those out, bro. Switch Music is the mixtape. I'm the Papy is the album. Go download them, you know, to help put some money in my situation so I can keep doing this and put a few artists on before it's over. But this your boy Big Head the Dome Doctor. We finna sign out. A Humble Soul. Yes, I am. You heard me. So, you know, shout out to my people from A Humble Soul in Tennessee. That's where y'all from, Tennessee?
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now in Tennessee.
Yeah, well, you know,
I'm bouncing around state to state with it, though.
Yeah, well, you know, like, you know, and keep God first on your journey, and you hope, you know, the right protection, and, you know, stay focused and stay with it, bro. And hopefully, you know, you get them numbers and more numbers and more numbers and outnumber all the numbers.
That's 100, man. I appreciate you, bro.
For sure.
Until next time, man, we signing out, bro.
Bet.